We got 10th inning all-stars here with our first podcast and our first guest, Tyler Nolan Edwards.
The whitest name ever in the history.
Why did you did not say my middle name like that.
And he's not white.
Not at all.
You did not have to say my middle name like that at all.
Emphasis on the white.
Emphasis on that.
Like my mama.
Yeah. Baseball podcast in the wake of the 2018 MLB season, which...
Fuck Boston.
There it is. Off the top. Fuck Boston from Danny, the overly proud Yankee fan. I like it.
The Dodgers lost.
And Tyler, the Giants fan, of course. Me being a Dodger fan, this has been a very, very stressful time in my life. Not looking forward to it.
You mean like stressful 3 years that you guys have choked in a row? I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's been pretty awful as a Dodgers fan. You know, some optimism just to get crushed in late October, and it's something I still can't get used to.
How does it feel knowing that Pablo Sandoval is going to retire a 3 times World Series champion and Clayton Kershaw will win?
Oh my God.
They paid like $35 million a year for a guy who can't pitch in the postseason.
Like that all, and it's not even like he'll give you a good game here and a bad game here. It's like if Clayton Kershaw has a good game, we talk about it for a week.
Oh my God, I can't escape this slander, everyone. This has been something that has just been coming at me for years.
This is your fault. You picked this team.
Not picked. I was born into it. I don't blame my father one bit. So after a very eventful 2018 regular season that saw 3 100-win teams, or I believe it was 4 100 wins. I don't think the Brewers won 100. I don't think so. No, they didn't. 3 100-win teams coming out of the American League just to meet all in October, and what seems like kind of like a boring postseason. Danny, what do you think?
I thought it was pretty boring, but that's just because Boston unfortunately walked over everyone.
I thought it was awesome. Y'all just some haters.
You hate Boston.
I do, but the Dodgers lost. And so that works for me.
That is just god-awful. Yeah, Boston.
Hey, at least your team didn't lose like 16-2 at their home field.
Oh, jeez.
That was embarrassing.
That was awful, man. But, I mean, Yankees and Red Sox, of course, have that history of just going at it, and Boston just laid out like 12 haymakers on New York that just fell to the ground. That was ridiculous, but, Boston just seemed like a completely dominant team, and just a team that we knew like halfway through that this team could seriously take it all, and no one could stop them.
Dodgers should have stopped him. Clayton Kershaw was awful.
I don't blame.
To be fair, the Dodgers were the team most set up to stop them.
I guess.
Like, you guys blew that one.
I don't know about blowing it, because facing a 100-win team, we didn't blow it, dude. That team was just superior to the Dodgers, dude. And it wasn't even close. Like,
nobody showed up on your team. What do you mean you blow it?
Dude, you want to talk about Dave Roberts not starting his 4 highest home run hitters for like the first 2 games? They did not see the game at all. No Bellinger, no Muncy, no Juck, no Grandal. Did not see the field.
Grandal. You want to talk about Grandal sucks.
Grandal, obviously.
You want to talk about
what, Bellinger was like 2 for 30 something until like one of the last games?
Don't pop in the lineup. You're acting like Chris Taylor or Kike, who was terrible in the NLCS if it wasn't for his glove work. Terrible at the plate. Seriously, could have been any better than Cody with just some sort of better pop. I don't blame. We just didn't put out our best players, I think. Obviously, the works of Clayton Kershaw, again, did not help. But, jeez.
That's like music to my ears hearing from a
And you know what?
fan.
He's a fantastic regular season pitcher, but even in the regular season, he's starting to decline. Like, because I know he's been getting injured a lot, but he's always had that. He's always been known for his postseason woes, but it's even worse now.
Oh, it's god awful.
Now it's to the point to where he let some rookie, Walker Buehler, Walker Buehler, dominated Boston. That was a beautiful thing to watch.
It was awesome. It was awesome. That was really great.
His pitches have movement. His pitches were high velocity, had movement, and he kept them guessing. That was great.
It was. And his fastball is also 10 miles an hour faster than Clayton Kershaw's. Clayton Kershaw touches 90, and that is his top speed velo. That was tough to see, and seeing that, and his cutter does not have any movement at all. And Steve Pearce in Game 5 took one of those things to left center and just...
Steve Pearce have hurt all of us.
It's okay. On that ball. Yeah, I know.
Steve Pearce has ruined a lot of Yankee games.
Oh, my God, yeah. So
you know who really ruined the Yankee game?
Who?
Benintendi.
Andrew Benintendi is one of the most annoyingly good players I have ever met in my life. Okay, I guess I've never met him, but he's one of the most annoyingly good players. Like, you hate to love him. Because I honestly, in a sense, as a baseball fan, he's great. As a Yankee fan, screw that guy. Because he just ruins everything. That catch he made against you guys,
oh my God.
How did he do that?
We're going to talk about the game saver against Houston, too?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. That man, you want to pair him with Mookie Betts, too, just to take down the corners of the outfield? That's just not fair, dude, because Mookie could play center if he really wanted to. It's just so happens that Jackie Bradley is there and just has a cannon of an arm. I feel like his goes actually...
And he's fast.
And he's fast as hell. You know, during the regular season, can't hit the broadside of a barn, but of course, you know, just wants to show up in the postseason.
As he should.
There's
Imagine not showing up in the postseason.
You asshole.
But being a great regular season player. I think their name rhymes with Shershaw.
This is my sad reality. Everyone, this just never ends. And I just, I can't escape it, guys. One of the bright sides, I feel like, that was actually shown was Boston's pitching in the entire World Series. Jesus, I didn't think, throughout the regular season, you don't really see Boston's pitching. Like, their lineup and their 1 through 9 is the one that gets all the credit.
Yeah, I would say their starting rotation, while it's stellar, we're not knocking it. I think a lot of times their lineup gets a lot of attention because they are in the AL East with hitter-friendly ballparks.
Yeah.
But I think their pitching was I don't think it was as appreciated until the postseason where we really got to see it on display.
Yeah. No, I get that. And then, of course, you lose Chris Sale for about, a month and a half to 2 months, and that obviously hurts. But, the emergence of Nathan Eovaldi, who saw
I'm salty. I saw it coming, kind of. I'm really salty the Yankees let him go because I know that they let him go because of Tommy John. That was his second or third one, and I liked watching him. He was one of our most winningest pitchers when we had him. He always gave us good starts. And then we traded him to Tampa. We designated him for assignment. I don't remember exactly what happened, but I know he ended up in Tampa.
Yeah.
And then he got traded over to Boston, or as a free agent he went over to Boston. And I knew for some reason karma was going to bite us in the ass for letting him go.
And did it ever.
And that's what I get for talking shit, too, when he left.
Yeah.
Because he was hurt, and he always gets hurt. And here he is, pitching that, game saver, almost literally pitching a quality start in extra innings.
Dude, he went 8 innings. He went 8 innings and allowed 1 run and got the loss. Obviously, it was a Max Muncy home run.
His velo was ridiculously high, even for having somebody being with Tommy John.
Yeah.
Not just one. He had one in high school, and then I think he had another one after when he was with us. He had to get another surgery. He came back, played with Tampa, did well, and then went to Boston.
Yeah, he was electric with Boston, especially against the Dodgers. That pretty much he started a second game almost, man. He went 8 innings.
Yeah.
Got the loss. He got the loss.
That's no fault of his own.
That isn't.
He pitched spectacularly. That's a hit run. That's a hitting problem. Not a pitching problem for him.
Yeah, that and you can't really knock much. The Dodgers threw kitchen sink at Boston, and I just hoping that kept our season alive, and it did. And obviously, Game 4 was just something that just slipped from us. That was actually I feel like sealed the World Series easily. That Game 4 crushing defeat, blowing a 4-0 lead and just losing it, and that's pretty much all we scored. I think we allowed 9 unanswered runs.
That's what happens when you coach out of a binder.
I'm not a fan of that. We're gonna get into that later, but yeah.
Wasn't one of those games 7 hours?
That was the one where Nathan Eovaldi he pitched a whole nother quality start at the end. They ran out of pitchers. Eovaldi went up there like a boss and was like, "I'll hold it down."
He pretty much did. I think,
and then he started the a day or two later.
No,
I think, did he?
No, he didn't. Because Eduardo Rodriguez pitched Game 4 and Price went out for 5 because they wanted to keep Sale for Game 6 in Boston.
Price, he showed up.
I have his numbers in the World Series.
Talk about defying prior experiences, bro. Because he was known What are you talking about?
Wait. So
I never said anything about.
We wrote him off. I did not see this coming from David Price. I saw David Price as just someone that was hittable. I saw Chris Sale entering the World Series as just the only pitcher we had to worry about, and even then, Chris Sale did not look sharp at all. But David Price impressed the hell out of me. Like, I can't stress that enough. Like, he pitched 3 games, goes 2-0, allows 7 hits, 3 runs, 6 walks, 10 Ks in 13 2/3 innings pitched with a 1.98 ERA. That is phenomenal. And then he goes out Game 5, shuts the door on the World Series, clinches it for Boston. Just dominated.
Hey, you know what? I'm a fan of David Price, though. I've been a fan of David since before he got traded to the Blue Jays. I'm actually pretty happy.
Yeah.
I like his dog a lot. That's mostly why I'm his fan. He has a very cute puppy.
Rocket or Astro? It's Astro.
Something like that. I don't know. I just know I think it's an English bulldog.
Yeah.
Beautiful dog.
Yeah.
And I'm just happy for him because he's a good pitcher. He's had a solid regular season career. Yeah. He hasn't had many chances in the postseason, but when he did, he really struggled. So I'm happy to see that he did get his ring. I'm happy to see guys that have been quintessential in the MLB for a long time, like Ian Kinsler, get a ring.
Yeah,
I'm happy to see some of these guys get a ring in terms of their career. I mean, it's still fuck Boston 2018, but
going into 2019,
going into 2019, and for the rest of my life as a Yankee fan. Yeah, but at the end of the day, they won it fair and square. I can't be a sore loser, even though I am.
Yeah, it was pretty impressive from them. You know, their team combined for a 2.55 ERA in the World Series. That's ridiculous considering, you know, the Dodgers lineup 1 through 9 was supposed to be the one that was, I guess, like kind of hang with Boston, but I feel like Boston's 1 through 9. There's no way other than probably Houston that can hang with them, unless there's indeed a healthy Yankee lineup. A healthy Yankee lineup can actually, I believe, hang with Boston's 1 through 9.
Can or can't?
Can.
Yes, most definitely. Yes, especially if they're performing.
Yeah. Because you guys lost Judge too.
Gary was hurt.
Yeah, and you know,
not only with the groin, but he had a shoulder injury that he's getting surgery for. Okay. So I hope he comes back, and one of my early predictions is that he's actually going to come back and have a really solid year. Okay. He may not be like some breakout like his rookie year, but I think he's going to come back, bat maybe 270 to 280, 30 bombs. His defense is still going to be ass, but that's okay because he's dropping 30 bombs.
Yeah, I was like, you know, you got to take.
As long as he's hitting, I'll take it. Yeah, as long as he's hitting, he can still call a hell of a game. He has an incredible arm. Yeah. And if he can just show up and give even an iota of what he gave us his rookie year, yeah, I'll be happy.
That, and of course, you know, his rookie year is actually what got Yankees obviously very excited. And
yeah, I mean, he's part of the reason why we were inspired to take Giancarlo.
Yeah, of course, you know, just go for it right then and there.
The way the hype behind Judge. Yeah. Guys like, unfortunately, like Clint Frazier, who just can't stay off the DL. Poor guy. I feel bad for him. He had a concussion, and he's just never really recovered. I hope he comes back healthy as well. I'm excited to see him play. Mm-hmm. But there's just... our team just wasn't firing on all cylinders. We weren't meshing. I felt like we were flat. We had no energy. And it didn't feel like last year when we were playing Houston and we, against all odds, beat Cleveland, where I was even doubting the team.
We all did. We really didn't see it.
I was really happy to see us do that. And
I didn't.
There it is.
I'll never root for a Cleveland sports team. I had faith, blind faith, absolute blind faith as a fake Yankee fan that y'all was gonna beat Cleveland, and y'all did. And we were like, woo!
And we did, and I feel like the energy, and honestly, I think the biggest component of that energy was Todd Frazier.
Yeah.
Todd Frazier added a huge personality aspect to that team that I just think like. I think he gave a lot of really good energy. He meshed well with the team, and he got the guys hyped up, even if it looked like we weren't doing well. He was there. He was hyping everybody up. I think he brought a very good vibe into the clubhouse. And I think we need to get some players like that, or have our guys stay like that somehow.
Yeah. Well, now, you know, obviously Todd Frazier's gone. He's playing with, I believe, the Mets. Yeah. Oh, God. Who do you guys think you guys look to just in terms of the heart? Because, you know, Todd Frazier brought the whole thumbs down thing for the whole postseason.
Yeah. Andrew McCutchen.
I liked him. I was happy when we signed him.
Traded.
I wouldn't. No, did we trade? Yeah, we did trade for him. I was happy when we traded for him. I thought he was a solid pickup.
I think so too.
He's not going to be, you know, NL MVP McCutchen anymore. Obviously. But he offers a solid lineup, leadoff bat.
Yeah.
At the top of the lineup, whether he's 1 or 2, he's got decent speed still. He's got okay defense in the corners and the outfield. I don't think he can really play center field anymore. But I think overall, like, that was a pretty good trade. Yeah. As something, as an extra piece, as a utility person, as a bench player, that's a solid. Yeah. That's more than solid for being a bench player.
Yeah, no. Yeah,
Gresham was fine in San Fran. He wasn't the problem at all.
No, he wasn't. Yeah. And I know some people are like, oh, he's washed. And I was like, okay, so yeah, he is getting older, but yeah, he may be tapering off on his career, but I still think that was a solid pickup for us.
He was a little bit of being washed, a little bit of playing in that awful park.
Yeah.
McCutcheon still led the Giants in damn near every hitting statistic.
Yeah, no,
and not in a bad way.
He still had like 60-something RBIs. He still had a decent batting average, a decent amount of home runs in a big park like AT&T.
Yeah,
he wasn't doing bad.
Yeah,
by any means.
It's just the Giants are just collectively bad at everything.
Right now they are. Fuck your
Dynasty. They're terrible.
Yeah, no.
Well, they're not. We have like 4 players that I'm excited about. Derek Rodriguez, a very long-haired pitcher.
The flow.
Yeah.
Man.
Big fans.
Clayton Kershaw.
That's a good last name. That's my last name, everybody.
There it is. Yeah. So now the flip side, you guys already gave it to me then, but of course, with the emergence of Walker Buehler's very first World Series start, he throws 7 innings, 2 hits, no walks, no runs, 7 Ks, dominated. Just complete. That's the only game where we thought we had the series, and of course, obviously, it goes to extra innings.
If he could have pitched every game, I think you guys probably could have won.
Oh God!
If that were somehow possible.
Yeah.
Because, that kid was electric that night. Like, those pitches, I look back at highlights sometimes of him pitching, and just the movement on that ball, it just looks like it's floating. And it's awesome.
And his fastball just fires out of his arm. He throws triple digits, but that thing just explodes out of his arm. And I loved
his energy on the mound. I love seeing pitchers get excited. I love seeing bat flips.
Of course.
Make baseball fun again.
Yeah.
Bryce Harper had that right.
Of course.
Bryce Harper had that right. Yeah. You got to make baseball fun, dude. I like a little bit of attitude when you play.
Danny and I'm not sure about Tyler, but we're big make baseball great again fans and just followers. Make the game fun again. Bat flips, do whatever you can, I guess.
Tyler's in for it. What are you talking about? Tyler loves that.
Yeah, I love it. We can bat flip on strikeouts for all I care. I want to see somebody crib walk to first base. Somebody shoot their way around the bases on a home run. I'm here for it.
Yeah, we're big fans of that. The game is evolving and just the kids are coming in, and it looks like the kids are just becoming the face of baseball now, and it's fun to see.
Yeah,
it's fun to see just this turn of the century, almost just kids coming out and emerging. Like, we have so many rookies and so many young players that we can just look forward to and just be excited for. We seriously just had Ronald Acuna, who I forget what his streak was. But 5 games straight with leadoff home runs.
Yeah, and then that guy threw at him.
I think it was Arena,
yeah. I would have been, man.
But I
would have been suspended, bro. That would have been me charging the mound. I don't take that stuff lightly. I don't take that stuff lightly. I don't take stuff like that.
Yeah, I think that was kind of.
That wasn't cool.
Yeah, it wasn't, and it was kind of more of like a.
I'm all for playful attitude and like energy into it, and maybe a little bit of shit talking. But when you start trying actively to go out and hurt somebody just because they're doing well, that bothers me. That bothers me. There's a certain amount of professionalism that should be had in the sport, especially a sport like baseball.
Yeah, and of course, one where they're seriously throwing a ball at you.
Yeah, you can kill a guy.
Yes, you can.
Did you forget, like, when Giancarlo got smacked in the face, you could see teeth drop out of his mouth?
Yep.
Mike Fiers, when he was on the Brewers, he did it, and it was an accident.
Yeah, obviously, but his stomach sank down and just he knew he was like, oh my God, like he really could have.
In that video, if you rewatch it, you can see teeth come out of Giancarlo's mouth.
Yeah, that was really
I'm glad they actually started adding the little side flap by the chin.
Course, people that want to use it, because I think the first person I may have seen have it was probably Jason Hayward, because I think
Hayward has it. Chase Headley had it after getting hit in the head once when he was with us.
Baez has it.
Baez has it. Chris Bryant has it. I'm glad people are adopting it. It makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Just.
Who wants to get hit in the jaw with
exactly. Like, if you can seriously avoid it and it's not that much of an interference on the eyes, be all for it.
I'm for
obviously, I wouldn't want us to start having cages like softball players, but
no, of course not. Yeah,
because then that's just where it's like, okay, it's going a little too far, and now it just looks kind of stupid. But with Walker Buehler coming in and just dealing in Game 3 of the World Series, and of course Kershaw's woes continuing for years. Like, this isn't obviously just a regular occurrence. Like, I cannot escape the jokes of Clayton Kershaw, guys. I cannot. They follow me everywhere.
Wait, I have a question.
Oh God, what?
Would you trade Prime?
Oh man,
Kershaw for Prime Madison Bumgarner?
Oh, I take Prime Madison Bumgarner.
Well, yeah.
If hindsight's 2020, bro, I would take Prime Madison Bumgarner. The way he came in and shut out the Royals at the end and closed that game out for the win.
That was very, very impressive. Yeah,
Bumgarner in the postseason, he's amazing. He may not be better than Kersh in the regular season.
But he ain't no.
But postseason, he shows up.
Yeah,
he gets rings.
The thing I hate is that Mad Bum is bad or average in the regular season either.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
He's elite.
He's a true ace.
He's not the best regular season pitcher. He's probably like the third, the fourth, maybe the fifth, depending on how that month is rolling.
Shoot, if the Giants were to hit up the Yankees saying, "What do you want for Mad Bum?" I'd be down to make that trade.
Oh man,
I'd love to see him in New York, big old country boy.
But he's got to like shave that beard though.
I don't care.
And I hope when
he can have the beard. if it gets us a ring, bro, if it gets us 28 so that people can stop, so I can start saying, well, we got 28 rings instead of 27, like a typical Yankees fan.
27 gets old.
Yeah, 27 gets old.
Must be nice.
Oh, my God.
Get that right, RJ.
I'm not saying anything.
I mean, at least I was alive during the last time we won a World Series.
Y'all ain't right. That's not fun.
Last time y'all won a World Series.
You weren't even in your dad's nutsack yet in 1983.
Yep, I know.
Reaganomics.
No, you definitely weren't.
Reaganomics was a thing. Oh, God, yeah. So, obviously, with Walker Buehler coming in and just showing out and Kershaw's was continuing, I feel like this elevates Walker Buehler to the top of the rotation easily. Like, he is now our number one ace, and I don't want, obviously, Clayton Kershaw is still a very serviceable person. Like, imagine having Clayton Kershaw as your number two. Kershaw's
your number one, but Buehler's your ace.
Yeah, of course.
There's a number one pitcher. Like, we have Tanaka and Severino, and they're like a good two really good number two guys, or you can even argue number one on a lot of teams if they were to go. But they're no aces. I don't think they're true aces. Buehler showed that he has a very high ceiling to be a true ace, something Kershaw once was.
Yeah.
And now I think Kershaw's best option is to be that sort of mentor in teaching him ways to pitch, strategy, stuff like that.
I mean, he got a 3-year extension. He ain't really got no choice.
Yeah, he doesn't have a choice. Yeah, I mean, is he going to go coach up the kid that's going to take his spot as top dog in the rotation? Be like, hey, kid, let me show you how to blow a lead in October. Watch this. Here's what you do. And then just kind of go on forth.
I mean, he inadvertently might do that.
Yeah. The second
those secrets he gave me.
There's no secrets there.
You might want to just be careful about all that. But
imagine Buehler's like, nah, I don't. It's cool.
It's fine.
I'll figure it out myself.
Like, I don't want to take postseason advice from you, man.
I still don't think you guys should have let Zach Greinke walk.
I mean, considering the bank he wanted for someone
What does it matter? What does it matter? The size of the contract does not matter. You are not paying the tax. You do not pay. Your team's owner paid the tax.
I don't think he was. I mean, you see, like, he's doing pretty decent in Arizona, but obviously with them, Patrick.
You're telling me that if the rotation didn't look like Kersh, Greinke, and Buehler, backed up by Maeda and Ryu, you're telling me that's a World Series winning rotation.
It is. I like it, but I just don't think that at the time he wanted. I feel like Greinke wanted too much money.
Oh yeah, he wanted like 6 years, 156 mil. That was a lot for a starting pitcher at the time.
That and someone who's seriously creeping into like 33.
I think
34.
him and Price have the highest paid starting pitching contracts.
I know David Price does. David Price has to be like top 2, top 3. Yeah, but I feel like just. That and Greinke hasn't been all that spectacular. For the money that he's wanted, I feel like his numbers haven't really delivered to that of, the contract. His velo's fallen off. Like, he struggles to hit 90, 91. He does.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah,
I can't comment.
It was on my fantasy team. I know damn well. I've felt all those pains and struggles of him pitching in Arizona. Anyways, I just don't think he was willingly, like, his abilities weren't living up to the contract, and I'm more than fine with letting him walk.
He did pitch a sub-2 ERA, something about 1.96 the year he walked from you guys. But
yeah, and of course, he goes to Arizona and kind of falls off a little bit, which happens with age. But that's what makes me kind of glad that we didn't re-sign him for that big of a contract. And today the awards for AL and NL MVP were announced. I feel like them putting Nolan Arenado in the NL MVP voting race, in my opinion, is more like an honorary thing because I feel like it was more of a two-headed race between Javi Baez and Christian Yelich. Obviously, Christian Yelich winning it congratulations to him. Well,
nothing was better than Javi Baez hugging Nolan Arenado during the postseason.
Oh my God, dude, and stopping the play whatsoever and just getting away.
I'm sorry, I know I interjected, but that was the best thing I had ever seen. This dude straight up running by short into the hole into third, hugs him in the middle of a play. And Arenado hugs him back. He just
stops the play.
He's totally perplexed as to what's happening. The guy's safe at first, and Javi Baez is there smirking, knowing exactly what he did.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. And even Bud Black was just like, what the hell just happened? Oh my God. Yeah, we saw that, and I remember we went back to our group chat and just started talking like, what the hell did we just see? Like, he did that on purpose.
Yeah, I remember he knew exactly what he was doing.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, it was very clear as day. Clear as day.
That guy.
So yeah. Yelich winning MVP again, well deserved. It just absolutely tore it up in the second half. Like, my goodness,
I knew that would happen. The second he left Miami, that whole outfield all broke out that year. Ozuna had a solid year. Kane, I think, batted at 300. And Yelich had a really, really good year as well.
Even Eric Thames, obviously he was hurt. Yeah. He was hurt. I think he still put up like 20 home runs, which is good. I mean, he's a very I
like that guy. He has a good attitude.
Yeah, he does. And at the top of the lineup too. Jesus Christ! Imagine having to start off with that.
The dude looks like he benches barrels of oil for a workout.
He's like a fucking Milwaukee Mr. T, dude. It's ridiculous.
He throws me a fastball down the plate.
For real, man. That is just ridiculous. Yeah, that dude is swole as hell.
Yeah.
And then Mookie Betts won AL MVP today. Well deserved too. This is where Danny and I kind of disagree a little bit. But before we get into that, Tyler, NL MVP. Who should have won it? Between Yelich, Baez, Arenado. Your thoughts? Yelich. Okay. Solves it.
I'm not going to argue with that.
Yeah, no.
Go Brewers.
Forgot you were a Brewers fan for like a year. And now you're back.
Don't lie. On the record.
Yeah. So, yeah, back to Mookie. Incredible year as a hitter. Incredible. 80 RBIs as a leadoff guy. Hit 340. 20-plus home runs. Scored about 100-plus times. But his teammate, J.D. Martinez, not even considered for AL MVP. Instead, they put Mike Trout, who actually had a pretty decent year. I thought he kind of fell off a bit, but he actually performed pretty well. But Jose Ramirez getting an MVP voting spot. I think.
Why is everybody a Mike Trout dick rider?
I mean,
my God,
face of it. I mean, whether we like it or not,
he's a solid player.
That and he's
generational. Definitely, arguably, the number one player in the MLB. Every year he's on it, though, because of WAR. And that bothers me because he's on a crappy team. All right, I'm not afraid to say that the Angels are a crappy team.
They are.
They have potential. They never mount up to it. They show up in April and then they disappear the rest of the year. At least they're saving electricity in October. All right.
Yeah, no, I get you.
Living in California with all these high ass prices.
Exactly. Look, no doubt, he's like today's Mickey Mantle. I really can't say anything bad about the guy statistically because numbers prove otherwise.
First ballot Hall.
However, he's on that thing every year, and it's getting to be kind of ridiculous. He snubbed Altuve out of it one year. Altuve had over 200 hits.
Yeah, that was actually one where Trout didn't deserve it. I
think it was 20. No, Bryant won 20. No, it was 2016 that he snubbed him because I think Altuve got it in last year for AL.
Yep.
But I just. At what point do you realize that the MVP becomes a popularity contest sometimes?
I get exactly what you're saying 100% because most valuable player, it should still be, I think people misinterpret the word MVP now. They forget how the word valuable is. Like, how valuable is Mike Trout to the Angels? Obviously not much considering, there's shit with him, there's shit without him.
Well, no. They'd be way wrong. Hold on. I gotta correct you on that one. Because without him, they'd be way worse.
Okay.
So yes, in that sense, but in comparison, you look at the two different teams, Mookie Betts being the most valuable player on Boston is a way more awesome than being the best team on the Angels.
I feel like, but even then, dude, obviously the Angels have many other problems other than just,
Well, of course, but that's what I'm getting at.
Obviously,
you gotta look at who you're playing with.
Yeah.
So, of course, your WAR is going to be high when your farm system stinks.
Yeah.
And everybody else on your team isn't nearly as good as you are. Of course, you're going to look like a stud.
Yeah, obviously. And that's, like I said, they're not good with him. They're not good without him. Like, okay, so
this is your Raider fan talking.
Shut up, dude. We're not going to get into football right now because that's a completely different story, and I will seriously.
This is your Raider fan and Khalil Mack nonsense talking. You just trying to put it in different terms.
No, I do think that. Well, then again, I believe he hit 300 again this year.
Yeah, no, solid.
Plus. Yeah, no,
solid.
Great year. But I still think that he is valuable to the Angels, but he can only do so much. But I feel like with him, they're still pretty bad because, he can't go out there and pitch 9 innings every night while playing center field. He's not Bugs Bunny, dude. And obviously without him, whenever he hurt his thumb diving in a second, which he does a lot, I don't think he knows how to dive, at least in the bases. They're still bad without him. It's just marginally worse. Like, okay, yeah, you're bad.
I wouldn't even say marginally, bro.
No, it'd be gigantic.
Who's
up next?
That's what I'm saying. You're missing like 80 to 100 RBIs if you take him out of that lineup.
Exactly. And they're still not able to propel them anywhere near contention.
No, they still got third place, didn't they? It was Astros, A's, Angels. They still got third place in a tough division, being that
I think Seattle may have passed them up, actually.
You're right. Forgot about Seattle.
Fourth. Okay, so you're pretty much in last place because the Texas Rangers didn't really count this year because, God, they were awful. But exactly. So they pretty much get last place. Like,
if you aren't in the postseason, you shouldn't be in the MVP conversation.
That's kind of how I feel, too. Like, if you didn't make that much of an impact on your team.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm getting at. That's exactly what I was getting at, dude. Like, he's very good. Hit pretty well. But again, him not winning it this year, step forward, thank God. But he just, he's not marginally.
It's one of those things where if he won, I wouldn't have been surprised. I wouldn't have been that mad.
Oh, no, I would have.
It's kind of like, oh, okay, he wins it again. All right. You know what I mean?
That's when it really...
It's like LeBron winning MVP. You kind of expect
but he stopped winning them.
Yeah.
That's the thing. LeBron stopped winning. He was still making the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
and so I kind of get it. But I don't think JD got snubbed. I think JD had a very impressive year. He killed the Yankees. I mean, the dude was like he batted 3-something. He was amazing. He was very much so a Triple Crown contender. He almost did win the Triple Crown if he didn't.
It was because of batting average.
Oh, the batting average. Okay, but dude, I think his defense is way better.
Oh yeah, no.
And I think that might have been the deciding factor. I don't see why they couldn't have done a co-MVP and just honor the both of them.
Oh God, no,
absolutely not.
No,
you don't think so?
Don't agree with co-MVPs because I feel like it should have been clear cut. But at the same time,
then you can't be mad. It was the defense.
I don't know if they said it was
the announcers know that JD's defense is nothing
because he's a DH. He's a DH. We know that. We know he's just a DH. So okay, I don't think Jose Ramirez should have been in MVP talks. I don't think so. I think that was actually surprising.
Bro, he hit a lot of bombs.
He only hit like 3-4 less than JD, right?
No, I know, but that's still a lot of bombs, bro, for a young player.
Yeah. No doubt. But I feel like even if who cares if he's young or whatever, dude? The numbers didn't lie. We seriously have a 270 hitter in line for the MVP.
They have to fill.
That's where JD comes in.
Yeah.
That's where I feel like JD got snubbed. Like, dude,
in that aspect, I'm willing to agree with you. Not in the terms of that, like Mookie over JD, but in terms of maybe JD being in contention for it over Jose Ramirez, I can agree.
Exactly. Like he's one base hit away from like, let's say he gets Jose Ramirez had 156 hits this year. He hits 150. He's a 260 something hitter, dude, and that would be in the MVP just so. And JD's not there. That's appalling. And I agree. When I saw JD not on the ballot, obviously I was thinking, it's Mookie Betts' MVP. Easily, no doubt, he's running away with it. But I feel like if JD was there, I feel like it would have been a coin flip. You could seriously flip a coin and say, you know what, whoever heads or tails MVP, who wins it?
Yeah, either one would have been a good choice, yeah.
Yeah, and, I would just feel bad that JD got snubbed, and that was actually disappointing. But, if baseball writers, I feel like if they didn't want JD there just so they wouldn't take votes away from Mookie Betts, I completely understand. But JD got snubbed at the end of the day. It was egregious that even happened. That Jose Ramirez was even on the ballot because I feel like, Jose Ramirez isn't even the best player on his team.
Francisco Lindor is a beast.
Exactly. Like, he's not even the best player on his team.
He's so good, I don't like him.
Dude, and he's smiling all the damn time.
He's so good, I don't like him.
Yeah,
like,
it's
that's
ridiculous.
really what it is. That grand slam he hit against us, I think, one time during the postseason pissed me off.
Yeah, it was a tank too.
Yeah, and it wasn't even like it was a blooper. It was it was just like, oh, all right, just shit on our team. Yeah, it's okay.
Just a bomb.
Just make me feel like shit. It's all right.
Yeah, I guess soon as you heard it come off the bat, you're like, oh.
He had that smile, and I was like,
drop bat and everything too.
That was doing on a Tuesday. All right, that's fine.
Yeah, that and just Matt Vasgersian with the call of the year, how just excited he gets whenever stuff like that happens. It's fun. It makes baseball fun to watch.
Yeah.
That and Jose Ramirez did hit 218 in the second half of the season too. So, yeah, no, definitely. I mean, that's still gone on there.
He's still a threat at the plate.
Oh yeah,
definitely
easily.
Still a threat because he can take you deep whenever if you make a mistake. But not so daunting as Betts or JD. I get nervous when Betts or JD is up at the plate.
Oh yeah, you had no idea how scared I was when JD was up against us in the World Series. Like it was that whole lineup. We were able to kind of silence Mookie a little bit in terms of power, not in terms of contact. In terms of power, we were able to silence him until Game 5.
But that's how good he is. It doesn't matter. He has both. Like, he's a power hitting small guy.
Oh yeah, dude.
He's a small guy. Yet he's a power. He can hit for power as a leadoff.
Yeah,
he's got speed. He can steal bases. Thank you for the free tacos, Mookie. But and he's a really cool guy. He gave food to that homeless dude.
Yeah,
like, I think overall, like in terms of if you include personality, if you include and all that stuff, I think Mookie was a good choice. I'm not gonna lie. Even though JD's Cuban, my Cuban brother.
Yeah, he got snubbed in the voting. And of course we have the Rookie of the Year awards. We're going to get into AL right now, but let's talk about just the simple one. Obviously the right choice, Ronald Acuna winning NL MVP for the Atlanta Braves. Agreeable, very agreeable. Just phenomenal player. Can't wait to see where his career takes off. He's going to be fun to watch in Atlanta. Pairing him up with Ozzie Albies. You have a young Adam Duvall, who I believe is only 30. Just a young core, and Freddie Freeman, still one of the best hitters in the game. Atlanta's going to be a fun team to watch.
Before we get into the AL Rookie of the Year, now that you brought it up, I'm going to bring up Bryce Harper being in Atlanta. I know we're going to talk about it later, but I'm really excited to talk about this because you take what Atlanta has right now. You got Freddie Freeman at first, Ozzie Albies at second, Swanson with his glove at short. Hopefully his bat develops more.
Yeah. Adam Duvall at third. He's actually in arbitration right now for the next 3 seasons, so that's a good thing. They have him locked down.
Yeah, cool. And then in left, it's Acuna.
Yes.
Yeah. Inciarte, who's
defensive stud.
Robs home runs like it's nobody's business.
And a great leadoff hitter too.
Yeah,
he can be.
Yeah, he's fast. He's super fast. He's probably one of the fastest guys in the league.
Yeah, exactly. He could definitely be a leadoff hitter if not for Ronald Acuna.
Right now, they're solid with Nick Markakis.
Yeah, actually, he's a free agent.
He's a free agent though. So they have a spot in right for Bryce. If Bryce gets on the Braves, that is a terrifyingly good team. Yeah. Not only defensively but offensively. So good defensively that Bryce would probably be the weak link in defense.
Yeah, and that's not.
And that's saying a lot.
Yeah,
that's saying a lot because Bryce. Not like Bryce is a slouch in right.
He's not, dude, and he's got a rifle of an arm. But we've been knowing that. Yeah. We've been knowing that. That and you also have the fact that he can have a 40 home run season in his back pocket, ready to come out whenever. Yeah. Oh, that's terrifying.
He has. Mike Trout may be the better overall player, but I think undoubtedly Bryce Harper has more raw power than Mike Trout.
Yeah.
I'm willing to bet that Harper has some of the most raw power in the league.
Agreeable. I like that. Then, we kind of know what we're going to get with Mike Trout. Like, Mike Trout can hit 40, but I don't think Mike Trout can hit 50 home runs.
Mike Trout's a 40-40 guy. Yeah. I really think if he wanted to, he could swipe 40 bags and hit 40 bombs. Like, there's no doubt. I think he can do it without even...
Totally, no doubt.
Sweating.
Yeah, I agree. I just don't... Okay, but what do you think is more believable? Harper hitting 50 or Mike Trout hitting 50? Harper hitting 50 is obviously more. But he's
going to have a lower average, though.
He will. He will have a lower average than Mike Trout, and we get that. But
he may not strike out as much. They tend to strike out about the same over the few years. I've been monitoring their strikeouts. Mm-hmm. But I do think average-wise, Trout's going to have a better overall average. Although Bryce's OBP is still pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, dude. He gets on. He walks.
Gets on, yeah.
He walks, and
he's
that's
been a lot more patient over the coming years.
Yeah. Harper to Atlanta. Let's make it happen, guys. That'll actually be a really, really fun team to watch.
As much as I would want to see Harper in New York, I think he'd look great in pinstripes. I think he'd be an amazing addition.
I'm gonna be the first.
Shut up! Your team has Halloween colors.
Yeah, they're ugly too. But yours are worse.
27.
Jail strike.
27.
Racism.
Oh man. Okay. So now, AL Rookie of the Year. Sound off, Danny.
I don't think Ohtani, and this is coming from a completely 100% biased position. I don't care if you guys talk shit because I'm a Yankees fan. I do think Andujar should have got Rookie of the Year.
I agree.
I can understand why he didn't. But I think his compilation of stats is more impressive overall with the amount of at-bats he had compared to Ohtani. Yes, Andujar's defense is not very good. I understand that might have been one of the deciding factors as to why Ohtani won over him. However, Ohtani pitched, 50 innings? He DH'd most of the season when he was actually healthy.
Yeah, he only started 10 games.
Right? And let me see.
Started 10 games, went 4-2 with a 3.31 ERA.
Played good teams, got blasted in his
typo.
Yeah, he played good teams like Boston, and he got blasted.
That was fun.
Blasted. The Angels, and I'll never forget. The beginning of their season, their schedule was super easy. They were playing all, low par teams. And the second he got put up with the big dogs, he got blasted. I think Betts took him deep 2 or 3 times.
Yep.
If not in one game.
Yeah, 3 times.
Yeah, in the one game.
Yeah.
Granted, that is the AL MVP. Yeah. I can't take that away. I can't,
But they still raked him.
They raked him.
Yeah.
They raked him. And let me see this. Andujar had
250 more.
Over 250 more at-bats than Ohtani. Had 5 more home runs, 24 more runs, which means he's getting on base more, had 170 hits, 27 home runs, 92 RBIs.
Yeah, walking.
His walking was almost the same. Ohtani had more walks, but Andujar, he didn't strike out a whole lot compared with, along with Ohtani. He didn't strike out. I think he only had 97 strikeouts, which means he's putting the ball in play, whether they're grounders or sac flies. His batting average was 297. Ohtani's was 285. Granted,
less plate appearances too.
And Ohtani had less plate appearances. So I wouldn't have been mad if Ohtani won if he had a larger swath of stats and plate appearances to go by.
Yeah.
It's not that Ohtani wasn't necessarily undeserving. I just think it was a snapshot of what Ohtani was capable of, and I just would have liked to have seen a bigger season out of Ohtani in terms of completion.
Yeah.
I would rather have seen Ohtani play longer, have more at-bats, and see how he does down the stretch, as opposed to Andujar, who was there. He was uber reliable.
Yeah.
Somebody that was at the plate, could have done damage at any time. He beat Joe DiMaggio in rookies who hit doubles with 47 doubles. He hit 47 doubles. He beat Joe DiMaggio.
That's intense. Yeah.
Joe DiMaggio.
For emphasis.
Everybody knows who Joe DiMaggio is.
Or at least you should if you're a baseball fan.
Most people know. He dated Marilyn Monroe.
That dude was ugly as hell too.
Yeah. Well, he had money, so it's okay.
And it was a Yankee.
Look, if you're ugly, you better be a hell of an athlete with money. That's all that matters.
Yeah, you better hit in 56 straight games.
Or super smart.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, I don't think if we're you have the snapshot of what Ohtani can do with a full season, obviously. But the thing is, if we're talking Rookie of the Year, hence the year, this year kind of didn't show that he should have been. I just don't think so.
And I'm a huge Gleyber fan. Yeah. I'm not even caping for Gleyber. He had his own issues.
He was also hurt.
He was also hurt too. And I love Gleyber. I'm a huge Gleyber fan. Yeah. I think he's a young A-Rod when it comes to his potential.
Yeah, but minus the roids.
Minus the roids. But
the roids.
So I love A-Rod. A-Rod is the reason why I'm a Yankees fan. All right.
I bet it must have killed you to see him in that Boston uniform.
It would have killed me to see him in a Boston uniform. I might have been a Boston fan if it weren't for that trade not happening. But
would have had your ring.
But I think Andujar, I think he should be a little upset. Yeah. He shouldn't let it bother him. He shouldn't carry it into the next year. I think what he should do is take it as motivation to do better. To improve his defense and improve his overall game and come back strong the next year and make his case.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I get completely what you're saying. Yeah, and I agree with you 100, dude. I feel like Andujar should be a little upset, but just don't let it bother you. Like it. Yeah,
use it as motivation.
Yeah, of course. And the people that are caping for Ohtani to have won Rookie of the Year is for what are Andujar's pitching stats? That's not fair. Because if we're being real, Ohtani's pitching stats aren't the best either. Yeah, they're average.
He's a hell of a pitcher. His splitter is nasty.
Yeah, it's nasty. If it's working.
That's anybody who throws a splitter. That's anybody. I mean, you can look at Tanaka on days that he's on and days that he's off.
Yeah.
And
that splitter, sometimes it just sits right over the middle and it gets taken deep. And so Ohtani's pitching stats were average at best. Maybe if this guy had sub 3 ERA, instead, he's hitting 3.3, which isn't bad.
And I love the Japanese.
Yeah.
I'm a huge Ichiro fan. I love anime. Ohtani-san! Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love saying it. I'm a little salty.
Agreeable.
What's your take on it, Tyler?
What?
On Ohtani winning Rookie of the Year.
He really just played bad against good teams, man. That's another thing. I don't like that. I think if you're going to start winning awards, you need to perform when it's time to perform. And you just getting beat down like that against a team worth its own weight in water just isn't a good look.
Yeah.
Because if you want to go to the playoff, if you want to have those playoff dreams, you're going to have to play good teams. Every single time.
And I don't doubt that Ohtani can pitch against good teams.
Oh, yeah,
I really don't doubt it. I'm willing to say, exactly. I'm willing to say that those are flukes. But he was hurt. He's going to come back next year from Tommy John, and I hope he does well. I really do. But overall, I don't think he should have gotten AL Rookie of the Year. I think he was definitely a second placer for that award. I'm not necessarily upset, but I'm a little salty.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, he had the media on his side 100%.
Oh, exactly.
Every Ohtani home run, I got a notification for
every
it.
time.
Every single one. I had no Angel notification set up on my phone whatsoever. None. No Yankees.
I think it's just because they suck, not just because.
But anytime Ohtani hit a home run, he had a notification and a new little article. I'm like, dang. I get more notifications about him hitting home runs than my own team, which is probably a testament to how awful my
you guys have no power. Longo was a good pickup for you guys.
He was until he wasn't, and then he was again.
That
was a really weird stretch where we were winning games.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yep. It was like kind of early in the season. I was like, oh, all right, let's do this. And then they started losing, they went like a 15-game losing streak. I was like, oh, well, there goes the season. Let's just try to...
At least Mad Bum stayed off his dirt bike this year.
Yeah. The way I saw it was like, as long as we win more games than the Warriors this year...
That was the whitest thing that I've ever heard. He was injured for riding his dirt bike. And I used to ride a dirt bike. They're a blast. They're a blast. I love riding. No, he was during the season.
That's right.
During the season.
Early into the season, like 10 games.
If you're the front office... How mad could you have been to hear that your ace hurt themselves during like an extracurricular, for lack of better words, activity like that?
I think internally you're mad that it happened, but you're obviously not mad at him.
Yeah.
Because he's not just gonna just go home and just never do anything.
No, of course
not. I think. All types of weird injuries. Rajon Rondo broke his hand carrying down a suitcase one time.
Salvi
tore his meniscus carrying luggage. So
I get it. Down to reach for his suitcase, came up and.
He's a catcher too, but
yeah, you're just like, it's just one of the things that happens. And it's like, you want him to be better, but you kind of sit on that knowing that he was injured. So when it comes time to talk about an extension, you start using that to strong arm, look here, man,
hey, sign this, no dirt bike riding.
Not somebody like that, but you can use that to lowball him, look,
you did
your risk, your liability,
you are a risk, and he has your health as well.
Yeah, and his health adversely affects the team. Whether if it's bad, he's going to hurt the team. Unfortunately, he makes that much of an impact.
We needed him.
Yeah, I mean, you lose arguably your best player,
but
all-around best player.
Even when he was playing, we couldn't hit the ball. It was it was some really weird stat where I think the Giants only had
the DeGrom syndrome.
Yeah, we had 3 runs in Mad Bum starts, and he was responsible for I want to say either 2 of them or all 3 of them.
Yeah, he carried himself.
Yeah, he had a homer in the opening game
by himself.
Then he had a homer in the next game, and then he had RBI after that. And he's he was responsible for all of them in his starts, by the way.
Yeah, that was that's got to be something else to probably closely monitor. Obviously, I'm not sure what Mad Bum's contract situation is going forward, but
bad. Everyone on the Giants' contract stinks. I'm glad there's no salary cap, and that's why I love that baseball doesn't have one, because you can just get rid of stuff like that and not really have to worry about it.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah.
But at the end of the day, McCutcheon's contract was awful.
Yeah,
that was.
He had a lot of money at that time.
McCutcheon's contract sucks. Belt's contract sucks. Sharks makes me want to shoot myself in the head.
Shamarja.
Every time I look at it, I'm just like,
And everybody was super hyped when he got signed. I remember that. And he's either
really good or really terrible. And
he never just eat innings.
He will
either
not make it
two
to
innings
6.
or a complete game.
He doesn't make it to 6.
Yeah.
He doesn't. He'll either, if he makes it to 6, he's making it to 8.
Yeah.
But he doesn't just make it to 6. He was a king of the 4th inning.
So yeah, and then of course we have the AL and NL Cy Young winners. We have Blake Snell winning AL, well deserved, obviously, and Jacob deGrom winning it for the NL. I feel like deGrom winning it going forward, that speaks to Major League Baseball adapting, because usually it's always the one with the defined stats, never he pitched great for a terrible team. That's never the case. But Jacob deGrom winning, really, really good for him to win it though. Sub 2 ERA, or was it 1.
It was 1.9 something.
Yeah, it was ridiculously low, and he happened to pitch for the New York Mets, who
gave him no run support. I think it was like there's a statistic. There's a statistic that came out that I believe if the Mets had given him 4 runs of support, he would have been undefeated. If they gave him 3 runs of support, he would have only had 2 losses. And there was more often than not that if they gave him at least 1 run of support, he would have only lost 4 games.
Yeah, that's
1 run. That means he was shutting most people out or keeping them to sub 4 runs.
Yeah, deGrom really showed out this year. Pitched phenomenal too. That guy has electric stuff. I didn't know he used to be
a shortstop in college.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, he used to be a shortstop. He got converted in college to be a pitcher, and he didn't even want to be a pitcher.
I mean, can you blame him?
Yeah,
pitching is taxing. Not even so much as that, but just imagine playing one position for so long and then getting dropped as a pitcher. That's a whole other outlook on the game that I got to learn to play.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't like putting my arm at that risk. Personally,
there was talks about the Yankees getting DeGrom, and I got really hyped until they said they wanted Gleyber Torres. And then I was okay with not having DeGrom. Even Brian Cashman was like, "Are you kidding me? I'm not going to make that trade. I have to walk around in the city.
I have to live here.
You're going to get shanked with a Puerto Rican Tim's and a Yankees hat."
don't forget the North Face.
With the North Face down puff jacket.
Oh God, yeah.
Those are awesome.
You don't even like wearing coats like that because you hate the cold.
Hey, you know what? I hate the cold, but they prepare you for the cold.
Oh, man.
Just because you hate the cold doesn't mean my mans can't look fresh, bro.
For real. If I step outside the North Face, not only do I look saucy, I am warm.
It's practical and stylish.
Exactly.
Speaking of looking saucy and staying warm, you still haven't worn the gloves I got you for Christmas.
Well, geez, RJ, we live in California. The weather just dropped.
That and
it's still 75 today.
I don't go nowhere. I stay inside all the time. My bad.
I love watching winter from my TV. All the hurricanes and everything. Yeah, we have our fires and stuff.
Fires, earthquakes,
I'll live with that.
Yeah. And the mudslides are only in certain parts.
Yeah, the mudslides are if you're rich.
Yeah, in LA.
Yeah,
oh God, yeah,
I live in the desert.
Yeah, and obviously Blake Snell. I remember, called it in the summer. Dark Horse Cy Young winner, Blake Snell.
If Justin Verlander didn't fall off a little bit...
you can't blame that.
It's because he was having a baby.
Who?
Look, okay, first of all, can we talk how much of a winner Justin Verlander is? He has a World Series ring. He's married to Kate Upton, who's fucking gorgeous. And
he has a baby with Kate Upton.
He has a baby with Kate Upton.
So she's stuck. He is
forever tied to her.
Yes, he always gets to hit that forever.
Forever. And even if he doesn't, say they break up, which baseball players don't tend to divorce, not like celebrities?
The next person she probably going to be hotter.
Yeah, she definitely could. Let's talk about that. Justin Verlander, he's not a bad looking guy, but he's also not the best looking guy.
Yeah, no, he's really not. But obviously I'm kind of jealous. I'm also jealous just because he's got he's got a World Series ring. He's got Kate Upton, dude. Come on, who in their right mind wouldn't be just jealous of that? Just look at them and be like, damn, I wish I could trade my life with him just for a day.
A night? 2 hours? 3 minutes? I don't know what you're talking about. That's all I need.
Just vigorously hump her legs.
Like a chihuahua.
The coked out chihuahua, damn. But yeah, Justin Verlander, really, really great. God. So yeah, Blake Snell
I hope
winning.
he never hears that. Justin Verlander, I'm a fan of yours. Man. It's okay.
We love you, man. It's perfectly fine.
Your wife is super hot.
That too. We love her too. That and just Blake Snell winning it. I think he's like the only 20-game winner in Major League Baseball. I think he won like 21.
Didn't Porcello win like 22?
Porcello won 17. Yeah. So pretty much, back at it again. Blake Snell winning it, totally deserving. Sub-2 ERA, 21 wins, just tore it up for Tampa Bay, who actually won 90 games. That's very impressive for Tampa Bay. Not even the fact that it's just Tampa Bay, just
in a stacked division.
In a stacked division, yeah, where they're seriously just the third best team.
Yeah.
And it's not even close because, Yankees and Red Sox.
Both 100 win teams, yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to compete with that. It really is.
Hey, you know what? The Rays kicked our ass a couple times, actually.
The Rays always seem to give you guys fits. It's always a problem with you guys. Like, the Rays are always like a thorn in
you have to understand,
side.
I was extremely happy when both Longo and Corey Dickerson left that place because they were both Yankee pitching killers. Longo always gave us fits. Corey Dickerson always raked, especially off Tanaka. I always remember getting frustrated over that. Yeah, I'm happy that, it surprised me that Corey Dickerson left the way he did, being designated for assignment, but then picked up by Pittsburgh. I was really surprised that the Rays let him go because he's a solid player.
Yeah.
I was surprised.
Yeah, we all were. I remember seeing that, and it was just really that's arguably one of your better hitters, especially after letting go of Longoria.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Please take him back.
You want a refund on a player, please? So yeah, and then obviously after the postseason comes free agency. And free agency is obviously everyone's, winter meetings are fun as hell. It's just, oh man, it's fun. I love free agency. I love winter meetings. I just love everything about it. And the big stories are obviously Manny Machado, Bryce Harper on the open market. It's going to be exciting to see where they land and what teams throw at those players. Obviously, we talked about it earlier. Danny obviously was very happy. Him going to Atlanta makes it fun. Especially
I think he'll flourish in Atlanta with the team that's willing to win.
Oh, yeah. And, I feel like Atlanta makes more sense than Philadelphia. I feel like Philadelphia is still a couple years behind.
I really don't think the Phillies will pick him up. There's people saying that the Phillies are going to get, I think you mentioned this the other day, there's people mentioning that the Phillies are going to get both Harper and Machado, and I'm like, I don't even think they have the cap space. Not the cap space. There's no caps in baseball, but I don't think they have the salary space for that. Yeah, it's that, and I feel like Odubel Herrera is arguably their best hitter, and just Odubel Herrera is probably, like I said, their best hitter, and just Jake Arrieta, a rotation led with just Nolan, just. All right. So yeah, Harper going to Atlanta makes perfect sense. Be fun to watch, especially with the Braves. Just retaking that NL East. Obviously, the Phillies, Mets, Nationals, the Marlins. God, I just love seeing the Mets in a dumpster fire. I'm biased. I'm still kind of hurt from when they eliminated us in the NLDS a couple years back. Did not see that coming. Nothing was funnier than them stealing third on a walk because of the shift. That was the funniest thing I'd ever seen, and that slide was not clean. That Chase Utley slide was not clean. Hard baseball. I'm fine with him playing baseball, but you cannot look me straight in the face and tell me that was a clean slide. There's a difference between playing hard baseball and a clean slide.
His slide was clean.
He broke the dude's leg.
Okay, so what? Buster Posey getting choked at the plate, not clean at all.
No,
the catcher.
No, it's not. I agree with you. I just said that. Yeah. I just agreed with you.
Yeah.
That's hard baseball. I get it. That's fine.
Yeah.
But it's one thing to say that that's hard baseball. It's another thing to also say it's a clean slide.
Okay, so
you're going to tell me that wasn't a takeout slide?
Obviously it was. That's what we're taught to do growing up. And
I get that. But is that a clean slide?
It's oh my god.
No.
There it is.
No, I want to hear you say it.
Fine.
Is it a clean slide?
I wanted to go to my grave saying that slide was clean, and I'm trying to stick by it so much, but now with the rules, it's deemed illegal now.
No.
Deemed illegal.
No. Screw the rules.
Screw the
rules.
Fine. Our intent when we do that is to take out the second baseman, a la shortstop, whoever it is.
That's not what I'm asking you.
I know. So you're asking me to say
I'm asking you.
Because it's dirty. Yeah. Because it is.
Okay.
That's what we're supposed to do.
That's all I want to hear. That's all I want to hear.
Now his chest.
I just want to hear you say it.
Poking his chest out and shit. So
I just want to hear you say
I know. But I mean, I see the intent of why he did it. That's what we're taught to do. It's
Facts
evil.
About your feelings, RJ.
It's evil.
Imagine losing to the Mets in the playoffs.
That is the worst thing. But the best thing is them getting demolished by the Royals in the World Series. That brought
Imagine losing to the Royals in the playoffs.
in the World Series at that. No, I'm talking about the Royals were nice as hell.
Can't
for like 2 years.
Can't relate.
God damn it. Dude.
Yeah, you really can't.
Yeah.
We know who they couldn't beat.
Yeah, they steamrolled through everyone except the fucking Giants.
Game 7 Mad Bum. You hate to see it as a Dodger fan.
That was a good World Series.
That was actually really, really entertaining.
I really enjoyed 2016 too, and the Cubs won. That was really fun to watch.
Entertaining as hell.
I called the home run where Sergio Ramos left that slider over the plate to Chris Bryant, and then the Arrieta 3-run bomb. I called that one
off
too.
Mad Bum.
That was the best thing I had ever seen. I remember when the Giants got eliminated, I called Tyler and I told him to pay up because we made a bet. I called and I rubbed it in his face. The second the last pitch was thrown and it was called, I called him. And he was like, he didn't even want to talk. He ignored like my first 3 calls.
I was tight. Because as soon as someone got on base, I was like, and here it goes. And so it begins. We had a huge problem with closing that year. Mm-hmm. Like, after the All-Star.
And then for some reason, the Dodgers picked up Ramos. But anyways, that's another story.
Yeah, and then he screwed them over.
He was
awful.
That was the second Giants pitcher that they picked up, thinking they were going to play well.
Giants legend Sergio Ramos saves the day.
That and he goes to Tampa and he starts that whole.
Hey, he's good again. Mm-hmm. Damn, he's fine.
Yeah, he's fine in Tampa. Opening up for an inning and that's it. And just, oh my god, yeah, the Mets. I'm never gonna get over that. It's honestly, Danny, fuck Boston 2018. Fuck Mets 2018. Fuck the Mets for the rest of my life.
Nothing's better than the Office meme where Pam's holding up the picture of the dumpster fire in the Mets, and he was like, it's the one where she goes. What's the difference between these 2 pictures? Oh, it's the same thing. That's the same picture.
It's the same picture. Mets in a dumpster fire. Yeah, so I remember I saw a rumor about Bryce Harper possibly going to the Mets, and I said
I don't see him going to the Mets.
I don't either because that's just
awful team.
That's like almost as if he were to stay with the Nationals.
Yeah, no, he's worse.
No,
I really don't think that
they're worse.
There's no way Machado and Harper aren't going to contenders. I really don't think they're going to contenders if they're non-contenders. If they go to a non-contender,
it's because of the bag.
It's because they secured the bag exactly.
Yeah,
they woke up and they said, "Let's get this bread."
Yeah, for real. I mean, one of them is going to get an 8-year, $400 million guarantee, and it's going to be from like.
Oh, I don't know about 8 year. I don't know about 8 year.
Okay,
I don't see either of them getting signed for locked up for less than 10 years.
I don't want that to happen, but yeah, I agree. I don't think it's going to happen.
If it's $300 million plus, there's no way they're not getting locked up for less than 10.
I feel like someone's going to be stupid enough.
What front office would sign generational talent like that for less than 10 years? If you're going to pay $300 million plus for a player, you're going to lock him up for the prime of his career.
Yeah.
He can later get traded like Giancarlo. That's fine. But if anything,
you're at least sitting through half of that.
Yeah, you're at least. There's no way they don't lock them up for that amount of money for 10 years.
Yeah.
10 years. They're both about 26, 27. They're both in the early stages of their prime in terms of peak human ability.
Yeah.
And I don't see them getting locked up for less than 10.
Yeah, less than 10. I feel like the 10-year contract is dead. I feel like after seeing what had happened with Pujols, obviously the Angels are still paying for that.
Pujols was old. That was just a shitty contract.
It was, but they're still stuck with it.
That was a crappy contract. Pujols was already past his prime.
They're still stuck with it. That's the point I'm getting at. I know, Yeah,
they're stuck with it.
Yeah.
But it's because he's past his prime.
I'm convinced that guy
Phenomenal player. One of the greats. However, he's old. He gets hurt a lot. He can't run.
I'm convinced he lied about his age. I don't think he's...
What, you think he pulled up bench warmers? I am 12 type
I'm
of
convinced
shit?
that is the thing. I wholeheartedly believe that dude because obviously Father Time hits everyone. It hits everyone differently.
How could he have lied about his age? You don't think the
fucking
MLB double checks that?
I mean, you saw what happened with Fausto Carmona. He got caught though. Pujols hasn't been caught.
I really don't think Pujols lied about his age. The dude doesn't look like he's a day over 37.
No, but his body acts like it, dude.
That's fine, but he doesn't look like it.
He just has a bad body.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that contract is indicative of 10-year contracts now. I really don't. I'm not going to agree with you on that one.
Okay.
Because you're talking about getting Pujols, and if the Angels had gotten Pujols at age 26 for 10 years, much different contract. They may have a ring.
You do know he's like only 30. No, how old is he right now? He's like 38.
Yeah. Take him at 28. He was killing it with the Cardinals.
So the past 2 years,
you're talking about the machine.
Yeah, he was a machine. I get that.
You're killing it. He's killing it with the Cardinals. He signs a lucrative 10-year contract for $250 million. We'll call it the A-Rod contract.
Yeah.
And no, I think that's a totally different situation than what you're talking about.
I just don't see. Obviously,
they signed like an age 30-something, right?
Yeah, something like that. Like 29, 30, give or take, something like that.
In any sport, once you hit 30, you're an old man.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's special in football. But yeah.
Even worse in football. Yeah. I mean, good luck finding anybody over the age of 32 that doesn't have brain damage. But
32, 27.
Yeah.
Aaron Hernandez.
Actually, good luck finding anybody in football that played as a child that doesn't have CTE.
Aaron Hernandez's brain damage was so bad. They said his brain was like a 60-year-old man at the age of 27.
Yeah.
It is the worst they had seen in someone his age.
Yeah.
That's part of the reason why he killed himself.
And
CTE. It's been scientifically proven that CTE adds to depression, anxiety,
I know you like murderous football and niggas leading with the crown of their helmet.
Not leading with the crown of their helmet.
Okay, I've seen those videos you retweet and like. Those are some monsters.
I'll never let my child play football.
Yeah, I love football. Favorite sport in the whole world. Absolutely not. If my child's playing football, he's only allowed to play quarterback. No, he will not be running no read option. No, he will not be running no option play of any variety, kicker or punter. That's it.
I get you.
I feel like a kicker would be a chill job in football.
It's absolutely expendable. It's the most expendable, and as it stands right now, it's the easiest way to get fired.
Yeah.
Well, you have one job.
No.
You'd be surprised.
I'm not a big football guy. I don't know a lot about football. So maybe there's like a disconnect here, but as a casual watcher of football, basically once a year for the Super Bowl or maybe some playoffs, like from the outside looking in, if you're a kicker and you miss the field goal, I mean, you have one job.
How do you think I feel as a Chargers fan? Just so you know, we miss kicks like it's nobody's business. If teams had a slogan, it would be, we miss kicks like nobody's business.
I mean, it's almost as bad as, having a regular season greatest pitcher ever and then blowing it in the postseason.
Here we go. You didn't
the inverse of Tom Brady.
You did not have to lead with that.
Tom Brady's the GOAT.
Tom Brady is the GOAT, yeah. That's another debate for another topic.
Yeah, they moved that extra point back like 10 extra yards. The kicker's been getting fired left and right since. Ridiculous. It used to be a gimme, and now it's Shanks to the left, Shanks to the right.
Honestly, it used to be so bad to where it's like, they're about to kick the extra point. I'm going to go grab a beer. I'm going to go to the bathroom or something like that.
Now you stay for extra.
Now it's like, oh my God, we
just lost. We lost because we didn't make one of those 4 kicks in the
Raiders
second quarter.
Too, right? Didn't you guys lose because you didn't make a kick?
Oh, they lose for a variety of
No, but I specifically remember, I think at least one game where that happened. Like, it was a big deal. Like, they could have won, and the kicker missed.
This year, we beat the Browns in overtime.
Cheated.
Thank God.
Not cheating.
You guys are the Browns of football now, and I don't even watch football, and I know that.
The Browns have 3 times as many wins as us.
The Browns being that bad made sense. Y'all being this bad doesn't. The Browns were that bad because they didn't have talent.
Yeah. Now
y'all have talent in... y'all got like at least one decent player in every position. Maybe. Sort of, except for quarterback.
He hates Derek Carr so much.
Derek Carr is awful.
He hates him so
Derek
much.
Carr right now is worse than any version we've ever had of Alex Smith. How does that make you feel?
Oh my God.
How does it make you feel knowing your quarterback threw it in the dirt on 4th and 4?
There was
There was 4 minutes left in the game.
There was nothing there.
The last time y'all played, y'all got a stupid, dumb 2-minute touchdown to end the game. Y'all could have got another one. Who knows? Onside, kick it and recover.
All you need is 10 seconds.
It's not like y'all didn't come back and get a trick play on us in the first quarter and take it 40 yards.
We have nothing on offense, dude.
I'm glad y'all lost. Y'all stink.
Dude, like, we seriously have nothing on offense. It is god awful. Like, our O-line went from being one of our strong suits to being easily our just our weakest link. We have no perimeter receivers on the outside. We have no dynamic runners. Our quarterback is the Benjamin Button of football. Like, this dude just regresses every year, and I don't get it. Like,
yeah, the yips.
Yeah, he broke his leg and he's never.
He broke his leg and then he broke his back and got rushed back into playing. And he's
Mike Tyson.
He's literally
broke my back.
That's literally where it all started. Derek Carr broke his leg. He came back. He was okay. He was still getting back into.
So what you're saying is that he's the Tony Romo of the NFL.
No, because Tony Romo came back, played great.
Tony Romo actually is really. He gets a bad rep because of him, like, in clutch positions, but that's just seriously like.
Tony Romo,
like the worst possible time for him to do that. Like,
but Tony Romo also led the league in like game-winning touchdowns.
Yeah, like that guy is.
Too. He led the league in game-winning interceptions, like, but also game-winning touchdowns. But that's a testament to how bad the Cowboys were. Yeah. To where every game was.
We need Tony Romo to save us.
Every game came down to the 2-minute drill in the fourth quarter. Him and Phillip Rivers' career is basically length of the field, no timeouts. 1 minute 15 to go, down 4.
Wow.
Aaron Rodgers too. They wait for Aaron Rodgers. The Packers wait for Aaron Rodgers to bail him out. They'll be like, "Hey, Aaron, we're down 5 again in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, but
you want to do that thing again that you always do."
At least they make it to like the halfway point.
Yeah.
At least they make it to the half of the field. Phillip Rivers starts like the freaking like 12. He's like, "Oh, we're gonna get to like the 47 and you have to throw a pick. We're gonna waste everyone's time here, and I'm gonna go to bed mad."
Yeah, that's That was us going off topic. I have no idea how the hell we got to that.
We can edit it out.
We can, no, I'm fine with keeping it. I'm just wondering how the hell we got to it.
This is mostly a sports podcast.
Yeah, sports podcast. We go off the rails about it. And
look,
the Warriors are
fighting. Look. The bio on this podcast says sports, current events, and all around douchebaggery. So we're good.
Emphasis on the douchebaggery.
Well,
why are you pointing at me? Fuck you.
Him too. And you're a guest star, damn it.
Draymond Green is my favorite player in the NBA because he called Kevin Durant a bitch in the huddle.
Dude, I saw highlights when I was eating lunch today. I saw highlights of him like mouthing off to everybody. That was great.
Kevin Durant would never say that to him. The problem with Kevin Durant is that he's too worried about what people say about him on Twitter. Kevin Durant takes every little 14-year-old white kid's like tweets about him to heart. He is constantly on social media reading tweets with burner accounts.
I love that.
You are 7 feet tall, and I would hope that you could beat up anyone who says anything mean about you online. Just go out there and play, bro. Stop worrying about what they're saying about you. He's leaving the Warriors. Warriors and KD are done. He's going out east.
I don't know where he's
going to the Lakers.
He's not going to the Lakers.
He
doesn't want to.
You know what is funny though? Before we get back onto baseball, I think it's hilarious how Lakers fans talked a whole lot of shit on LeBron for a majority of his career, and now that he's on that team, everybody's like King James.
What you mean? Those are not Laker fans. Those are Kobe fans.
No, what you mean? Hold on. You absolutely right, man. I hated LeBron his entire career because he used to beat the hell out the Bulls in the playoffs. LeBron used to beat the Bulls like we stole something from him, man. Like he was our daddy. Like he was our daddy. We would get whooped by him every year. I hated him. But if LeBron came to the Bulls, I was going to be the biggest LeBron fan ever. What's the point of hating him? He on my team now. He gonna be there. He gonna be there the next 4 years.
Yeah, LeBron and
you got no choice but to like him.
Kobe fans are still up in arms about him, and I love Kobe. Kobe's arguably one of my favorite players of all time. Love him. But us getting LeBron...
That's because you were born before 96.
Yeah.
Vikes.
Duh. I love Kobe. Kobe... I was a little kid and had a number 8 Kobe jersey. That was my favorite thing in the world.
The only black guy to get away with raping a white woman.
Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, Scott.
Kobe didn't do it.
Kobe didn't do it.
Yeah, OJ didn't either.
Kobe was acquitted. Hey, but if that's what I have to... If OJ being free is a caveat of Kobe being free, then that is something I will live with.
I'll go buy a white Bronco right now if that's the case.
At this rate, OJ gonna get himself taken out. Kobe just want to stay at home with his wife.
No, I like Kobe Bryant. I just got to take a dig at it every once in a while.
No, Kobe Bryant. I love having LeBron there. It's fun to watch the Lakers again. It's not just like, oh, we have to wait for our young talent to develop. Like, we have the person that can seriously propel our young talent to the next level.
You have a good mentor too. At the end of the day,
he trades all better.
They're all getting traded. Brandon Ingram will be the first one to go.
Yeah,
Brandon Ingram.
Yeah, B.I.'s gonna be the first one because that dude, he needs to be the shooter that LeBron wants to be.
No, he needs to be anything.
Yes,
he's not anything right now. He's breaking. He's playing decent defense, but he got shook out of his socks by Trae Young. Trae Young is 6'2". Brandon Ingram is like 6'9", and he got left in the dirt. If it wasn't for Tyson Chandler blocking that floater, it was about a quarter of an inch from being goaltending too. And Tyson Chandler's fingertips just brushed the ball and saved Brandon Ingram from being the laughing stock of the week.
Yeah, that was intense.
That was a great game.
I love having Tyson Chandler on our team, dude. That's actually that's big for us because I feel like now we have our center outside JaVale McGee who is hurt, but
JaVale McGee is an all-star. He is an all-star this year until he got hurt. He was having like 17 and 12.
Shaqtin' a fool all-star too.
Hey man, things happen. The worst thing about JaVale was that he always got into foul trouble early, so you can't play a dude like that in the first quarter with 2 fouls.
Yeah,
you just checked him into the game, and now he's expected to play 10 minutes, like probably about till the 10-minute mark of the second quarter. You only in the 5-minute mark of the first, and he got 2 fouls. It's like you gotta pull him.
Yeah.
If you get a third one, you gotta put your starter back in anyways. Now you really can't play your second string center.
All right,
that's awful. So back to baseball, guys. I don't know who the writer is, but ESPN dropped their 2019 power rankings way too early. Like I want to say they dropped this like a week after the World Series ended, and I'm gonna just go down the list 1 through 10. That's all they gave us. The Houston Astros number 1, Yankees number 2,
Lied.
Dodgers number 3,
Lied.
Red Sox 4,
Lied.
Braves 5, Cleveland 6, Milwaukee 7, Chicago 8, Tampa Bay 9, and St. Louis 10. Danny, your thoughts?
Yankees should be number 1. No, I'm just kidding. In all fairness, Boston should be number 1. I don't know if they're going based off of maybe contracts and projected lineups and stuff like that, with or without free agency.
Yeah.
I think we have to wait to see it how everything shakes out. I'm kind of okay with the top 4 or top 5 being where they're at, maybe just shifting them around a little bit. Mm-hmm. They all deserve to be in the top 5, maybe not in that order.
Yeah.
Cleveland Indians, I think the Brewers deserve to be above Cleveland. Okay. Cleveland was not impressive this postseason, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I would change St. Louis with Tampa Bay, make Tampa Bay 10, and St. Louis 9 with the Cubs being fine at 8.
Yeah. I mean, aside from Cleveland, dude, they had a shitty division too. If not for them being seriously the only good team in that division, because Minnesota played.
Yeah, what is this? Minnesota
far under expectations.
The Tigers, Minnesota,
Kansas City.
So there's not a whole lot of competition.
Yeah, there isn't.
So it's kind of a given.
The White Sox.
And the White Sox, the trash Sox, but
yeah, like they kind of ran away with it because there was no one else. Like the Twins underperformed so much after being in the AL wildcard last season. Like they were seriously on the cusp. And they had you guys on the ropes if not for Didi saving you guys. I know you were a big Didi fan when that happened.
Dude, I still am a big Didi fan. I'm a huge Didi fan.
Yeah.
That home run off of Corey Kluber was amazing. He went deep on him twice that game. He hit a bomb, came back around and hit another one.
Yeah, no, he owned Corey Kluber that series too.
This last season, he has the most home runs for any Yankee shortstop, I think, in franchise history, which is impressive.
Yes, very impressive, especially considering they've only had Didi's probably the only consistent shortstop you guys have had since Jeter left. You guys shifting Brennan Ryan. Yeah,
he's the only shortstop that we've had since Jeter left.
Yeah,
Brendan Ryan was Jeter's backup.
Yeah,
and he got traded to the Cubs in the Aroldis Chapman trade with Adam Warren, which was an amazing trade. Brian Cashman's a genius. But anyways,
seriously loaned him to the Cubs, got his ring, and then just came back to the Yankees because he loved the pinstripes. That's actually really great. Tyler, what do you think about the rankings so far?
I don't know why the Dodgers are up so high.
Yeah, I think it's that they're on paper lineup.
I hate on paper lineups.
Yeah, well,
I don't know why they're. It's fine that the Dodgers are high. Let me take that back. I don't know why the Red Sox are below them.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm
if
getting
it's
at.
on paper lineup,
and that's what I'm saying. Maybe they're speculating based off because I think the Red Sox have to sign quite a few people. Like they may be losing Craig Kimbrell, maybe losing Eovaldi, both people that make an impact on the team.
Joe Kelly also.
Joe Kelly.
So then are the Braves fifth because
Joe Kelly got his ass whooped by Tyler Austin. By the way, I got to remind everybody of that.
Tyler Austin.
I miss Tyler Austin.
I stand anyone with the first name Tyler.
Yeah, no, I don't know why Atlanta's so high up there. Like, I mean, if they're basing it... Okay, number 5.
You guys should have seen the look that I just gave RJ.
Okay, no, like I said, unless we're going based on predictions on...
They almost beat you guys!
We won that in 4. No. 4.
You won it in 5.
5, yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
5?
They didn't make it easy for you guys.
They didn't, but still, like I said, this Dodger team wasn't... At our best, this wasn't our best Dodger team. Even going forward,
dude, you can say that for any team. If everybody performed like they should, everybody would win a World Series.
Obviously. But I meant like in general, dude, I feel like last year's team was better than this year's. We just ran into an exceptionally good Houston team. And we took Houston to 7. Where, cue it, dude.
Okay, so are the Yankees as good as the Dodgers?
No. Wait, we
took Houston to 7 too.
Yeah, you did. You did.
And we lost to Boston by the same amount of wins.
Yeah. Yankees are better than the Dodgers.
They are. No, I'm saying
by that logic, sir.
Yeah. No, like we should have. Like we... Honestly, after that whole little extra innings debacle that we had in Houston...
Because I could say the same thing. If our lineup performed like it should have, if Gary performed
that's
like
what
it should
I'm getting
have,
at. But at the same time, I don't think Atlanta...
It's an even year if the Giants perform like they should have.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no. Atlanta being 5, I kind of don't agree with it. I don't. I honestly think...
Where do you think they should be then?
It's just...
That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
We have to go based off the lineup.
Yeah.
Or off that ranking.
I'd go with... I know. I'd honestly go with...
Leave them at 5, but drop the Dodgers to 4.
I'm okay with that and putting Boston up at number 1. Yeah, so I'd go Boston, Houston, New York, Dodgers. And honestly, until they prove it otherwise, I don't know why the Cubs are so low. I kind of get why, but at the same time, their lineup is staying pretty static. Like, they're staying the same. I think I don't even think they're losing anyone big in the pen. They just had a bad year. Chris Bryant was gone.
Eric Young
Chris
Jr.
Bryant getting traded.
That's the only one that I think is the string being thrower who throws freaking gas.
But, yeah, like, I think the Cubs should be up a little higher than 8. Like, I don't think Cleveland is better than the Chicago Cubs. I don't think so. I think...
They're not.
They're not. They're, in my eyes, like... Chris Bryant was gone most of the year because of shoulder troubles. You know, you had the emergence of Javi Baez. You also are shifting around the outfield with Jason Hayward, Ian Happ. You have Almora and Rizzo and just all these like analytics going at it. But I think that on paper and in general, the Cubs are a better team than the Indians. You know, maybe Indians have some better starting pitches because John Lester pitched great this year, but didn't pitch up to his standard.
They're almost the same team. I mean, they did pick up Josh Donaldson, and the Cubs the Indians gave the Cubs a lot of fits, dude. They almost lost that World Series.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like they're obviously they were still better. That team right there,
lead.
Yeah, that team right there. Like I said, I feel like the Cubs are a better team. Yeah, that was a great World Series too. Fun to watch as a fan, and just I feel like the Cubs are better. I feel like Atlanta still young and talented. I think they need one more bat in that lineup to actually solidify themselves. Because Acuna is going to be great at the top of the lineup. You have Ender Inciarte hitting second. You know, you add a Bryce Harper in there. Like, Jesus. Bryce Harper's in your lineup, and then you drop Freeman right there in 4th. Duvall hitting 5th. And then you kind of just go down because they are losing Kurt Suzuki. They still have Trey Flowers. But that's... And if catcher's like your worst position... That's not bad because all you need is your catcher to just be defensive.
Have him bat 9, and have him be good defensively.
Yeah, like I would take that because you know what, 1 through 7 we're good everywhere else. But yeah, as of right now, like if we're going based off of just right now, end of the year, everyone's healthy before free agency. I think Boston is still number 1. Obviously, that's
they won the World Series.
Yeah.
I think that aspect's bogus.
Yeah, and Tampa Bay, you said it. The one thing I don't see is Tampa Bay being a free agent destination. I feel like they
definitely not. They'll keep farming up. They'll keep farming up. They'll keep making smart trades.
Yeah.
But I think they'll be a dark horse. I don't think unfortunately, they're in a very stacked division.
Something tragic needs to happen to Boston or New York in order for them to make it close to even the wild card.
I think they're going to be definitely more competitive. I mean, they were a 90-win team, and I think they'll obviously remain competitive. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying in terms of the division that they're in.
It's tough.
Yeah, the AL East has always been one of the toughest divisions in baseball, and I don't see that changing anytime soon.
Yeah, because honestly, like if let's say Boston goes and wins the division again, now it's a race to the wild card. And you also do have the Yankees right there, who are another 100-win team. Like you have 200-win teams, and one of you guys has to play in a win or go home game. Like that sucks. And Tampa Bay, they're going to be fun to watch. Honestly, like they were great this year, really blew expectations out of the water. Like, I don't know, they're gonna be really good. And St. Louis, number 10, I feel like St. Louis should be a little higher, a little bit. Honestly, I would switch.
There's talks of people wanting Bryce in St. Louis, and I think that would be another solid addition. I think St. Louis is going to start making a surge again in their power rankings. Yeah. I don't think we've seen the end of St. Louis. I think they're going to be coming back.
Like every year they.
That's the team none of us want to see come back.
Yeah, no.
Because when they get the ball rolling, they are impossible to stop. They're ridiculously good. Like they could honestly. They could take the NL Central from the Cubs if they get it rolling because
definitely they almost did already.
Yeah, they almost did this year.
Yeah,
they're just younger everywhere. But the one thing I don't see in them in getting Harper, like obviously it'd be great, but their outfield is already loaded as it is. You've got Marcell Ozuna in left, you got Tommy Pham in center, and you also have Harrison Bader, Dexter Fowler, and now you want to add Bryce Harper. They're already stuck with Dexter Fowler, man. Like they're forking out a lot of money for a man that is just not living up to his contract. Mm-hmm. And, he secured the bag after hitting a leadoff home run in Game 7 of the World Series, dude. Hats off to you, Dexter Fowler. You had a great World Series, but it's going to be tough for them to kind of maneuver them, especially when you have rising stars like Harrison Bader, who is a dog. I love
Bader.
He is awesome.
Bader's
I love him.
Bader and Harper in the outfield would be a solid combination.
And it would, but then you have to realize about Tommy Pham and Marcell Ozuna. That's also tough shifting, and you can't throw Harper at first because you got Matt Carpenter. You also have Colton Wong at second.
I always forget there's no DH in the NL.
Yeah.
That's why I love the DH.
Yeah,
I just like seeing home runs.
Yeah, everyone does.
Bring steroids back.
Just don't get caught.
So whatever.
Just don't get caught with the steroids, I guess. Yeah.
Yes, please.
I feel like St. Louis and Tampa should be flipped. I feel like Chicago should be number 5.
Yeah, I would put Chicago as 7, make Cleveland 8, and put Cubs at...
Yeah, I feel like Cleveland needs to go down a little bit more.
Milwaukee 6. I would like to see Milwaukee higher. Milwaukee impressed the hell out of me this season.
They just hit their way into the playoffs.
Yeah, well, no, dude, their pitching was solid too.
Their bullpen was actually really, really good too.
Yeah,
bullpen was the one thing that the Dodger fans did not want to see, but Craig Counsell, obviously some learning curve in the NLCS, throwing Josh Hader out there in the second inning, knowing he was
A's on that list.
It was probably their money ball year. They probably don't think they're going back, if anything. Honestly, the A's were really fun to watch.
Yeah, the A's were fun to watch. I was super nervous when we played the wild card against them.
Yeah.
I was very nervous, but when I heard that they were just going pretty much straight bullpen...
Yes, that's where you guys feast.
Yeah.
Yeah, like...
We have fits with starting pitchers, and then it's like everybody throws in their bullpen, and we somehow miraculously just start hitting. Like Craig Kimbrell. I don't think... I'm doubtful that Boston will re-sign him because he's been more and more inconsistent in clutch situations.
Yeah. That and Giancarlo hit a tank off the A's.
Yeah, he did.
That was a moonshot. Yeah, pretty much, free agency.
Oh, my prediction, by the way, I forgot to mention this when we talked about free agency. Manny Machado, I think, will end up in pinstripes. We're going after him super hard. We've done extensive background research on him, and I think we're in a very serious way pursuing him. And who wouldn't want to be on the Yankees?
Of course.
We have the money. We're under the luxury tax. It makes sense for us to sign him, especially with Didi being out for half the season, possibly.
Okay.
For Tommy John.
Now, with that, obviously, you guys are sticking to your guns with Didi because he's your one true shortstop.
Yeah.
Obviously, you guys secure Machado, so get him. You throw, like, the Brinks truck at him. Do you get rid of Andujar or Glaber?
Andujar. I'd rather give... Yeah. I think Glaber has a much higher ceiling than Andujar.
Yeah.
I really like Glaber. I mean, I'm a dick rider for Glaber. I'm not even going to lie. But I think Glaber, just because we need a second baseman, I know there's people throwing around the idea of us picking up Daniel Murphy and throwing him at first. I think Daniel Murphy at first, Glaber at second, Machado at short until Didi comes back, and then have Andujar, unfortunately, DH or sub out for anybody, have him turn into like a backup for a lot of positions. Unless we find a spot, and he could be a very solid. His stock is high. He could be a solid trade piece for a pitcher like Patrick Corbin. Well, he's a free agent right now, but he could be a solid trade chip for somebody who needs a third baseman, being that there's not a whole lot.
I see that, and honestly, you guys will get a lot for Andujar right now, especially since he's young as hell. He just broke out as, should have been AL Rookie of the Year. Go back to that.
Andujar for Mad Bum, who says no.
No, exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's one of the things I'm thinking about.
Take that in
like, for instance, I could package Clint Frazier and Duhar.
No, don't bring Clint Frazier to my team.
Bring the injury bug with him.
Yeah, no.
Well, we have people on our farm system that we could send over to the Giants.
What about Justice Sheffield?
I was about to bring up Justice Sheffield right now. I would like Justice Sheffield is a good addition to the starting rotation. That's some homegrown, in a sense, talent coming out of our farm system. He's not homegrown, but I think we got him from the Cubs. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know.
Did he roll his deal?
Maybe, possibly. I'm not sure.
Don't quote him.
Don't quote me on that. But he's a farm system add-on, and I think he is going to make a good impact. I'm excited to see him starting for us. We need a true ace. We don't have a true ace. We need a true ace. We need a solid 3, 4, and 5 guy. CC's a solid 5 guy, but his age is starting to show, along with his knee. It's always a concern. Tanaka's elbow is always a concern.
Mm-hmm. But Severino willing to finish the season.
Yeah,
that was
him
a big
being
one.
able to close. Well, I mean, he did pitch a lot this season too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is one of his first seasons where he pitched like I think a full season's almost worth of innings.
Yeah.
So trade Sonny Gray.
No one wants him.
More like yeah.
Someone's gonna want him. The Giants won't. I don't think the Giants are gonna probably want.
Absolutely not. Keep Sonny Gray off my team.
Don't
wish that bad. You take Sonny Gray.
We don't.
He was solid out of the bullpen.
He was, but
I just think he's not ready for a big market team like that. I don't think he was ready to just come in. Not everybody can play in New York.
Yeah.
Not everybody can play in New York.
Yeah. No, it's a hostile environment, especially if you're the home team too. Like
they were booing him.
Yeah.
He had to see a sports psychologist. They were booing him.
Oh my God.
And they booed Stanton for a while too.
I remember that when he's struggling on early.
Yeah, it's hard. It's not easy.
Yeah. No, that's
But what else you got there?
What else do we have? Pretty much just the Dodgers about what we need. I feel like bringing back Corey Seager, honestly, I feel like we never really recovered from losing Corey Seager for the year. That, I feel like, just killed us.
You picked up Manny Machado!
Obviously, we're halfway there. By then, we weren't even...
Manny Machado! You can't get it now! Don't give me that excuse!
No, what?
Don't give me that excuse! I told you guys picked him up. If you don't win the World Series, that meant nothing.
Yeah,
you gave up those players for nothing.
We gave them tangled headphones. We gave Baltimore tangled headphones for Manny Machado.
For a rental that didn't even get you a ring.
Yeah,
That's what I'm getting at. Yeah. Is that you could have probably not changed much in your postseason.
No, honestly, I don't think we...
Picked them up out of free agency, not given up any prospects, and traded for pitchers.
We probably don't even make it to that tiebreaker against Colorado. We don't make it to that tiebreaker against Colorado if we don't have Machado.
Maybe.
He helped us. Like, if we stay put, let's say we don't go after Machado. We don't get him. We keep our prospects and everything, whatever they are. I think only like 2 of them were in the top 100. Okay? We don't go after him. We lose 3 more games already.
You still don't get a ring either way.
Yeah. It's better to at least try and get there, dude. Okay.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, like, it's better to at least try because back then, dude, I feel like our team would have never really... like I said, we never really recovered after losing Corey Seager. That is arguably our best hitter. And even then, Manny slowed down a lot. Like, in terms of bat... No, as opposed to how hot he was in Baltimore, going straight to LA, legit, like, night and day. It was still pretty good. Still pretty good, don't get me wrong. But just not...
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. We just never really recovered. I feel like getting Corey Seager back will help us out a lot, but at the same time, we never really recovered as a team because that was arguably our best hitter.
Yeah.
And, it was our star shortstop. Like, how many teams lose their star shortstop and are perfectly fine for the year, early on. Like, if you guys were to lose Didi for the whole year, like 10 games in, that would suck. Obviously you guys can just move Glaber over and, been perfectly fine with Neil Walker and everything. But even then, like, you're losing 30 homers, 80 RBIs that you're hoping Glaber hits.
Yeah.
And that's if he eventually got hurt.
Glaber will hit, but...
He will. But then again, that's rising to the occasion and asking for a lot as a rookie. So we are looking at aggressively going after DJ LeMahieu, and I like that.
DJ LeMahieu would be a good addition. I like him a lot too. I think he solves your second base thing
and our leadoff.
As much as I like Kike at second, I think he solves your second base issue. Yeah, the hole in second base.
Yeah, I feel like we need a true second baseman. Yeah. Like, we can't just keep platooning Chris Taylor and Kike Hernandez and Max Muncy in there. Like, we need someone that'll be there 140 games
and man that corner.
Yeah, because Dozier, he's way past his prime.
You guys didn't get him for defense. You guys got him for the offense. And he did a lot for you guys.
Yeah, he did.
I'm a fan of Brian Dozier.
Yeah. Finally got him, but like 3 years late, we got him. And, yes, getting DJ LeMahieu, I feel like is actually really, really big. Kike can go back to being our utility guy. I love him as a utility guy. Maybe that's just what he's best at.
Randall can go somewhere.
I hope he goes to the Giants.
Absolutely not. Why would you wish that on my team?
Well, you're a Giants fan.
And?
That's it. That's seriously it. Yeah, so...
I can't wait for Denard Span to come to the Dodgers.
We have no need for an outfielder, man. Like, we really don't. Like,
what do we need for a catcher?
So what's
Posey going first?
We just drafted a catcher.
So what's your projected lineup for the Dodgers next year? If they pick up LeMahieu.
If we pick up LeMahieu, I feel like, obviously he leads off and plays second. We bring Corey Seager back, hits second while playing short. Justin Turner, Max Muncy. Max Muncy being our everyday first baseman would actually be cool while putting Cody in the outfield, specifically center field. I like that. I feel like
Cody's so fast.
He's
dude. He's got a crazy arm.
Great first baseman, but he's an even better center fielder.
I feel like putting him at first base is not wasted talent, but it's limiting because he can't throw.
Yeah.
He has a hell of an arm. Yes. That throw he made at home was incredible.
Ridiculous. That and he's quick out there. That and I feel like now is our time to part ways with Jock Peterson.
By the way,
go ahead.
I called Puig's performance this year. That is my Cuban brother. I keep tabs on all the Cuban players.
Yeah,
and
he called Puig having a great year this year, and he did.
I'm really proud to see that Puig is back in, not like he was rookie year, but he's back to being a better version of himself.
He's matured a lot.
I think so, and I think he made some really good contributions to you guys. He had some clutch hits.
Working at the plate, which on me?
That was awesome.
Yeah,
that was awesome. He hit the bomb, bat flipped, and walked.
I love that.
Was amazing.
Yeah, I love Puig, dude. He's
I love his energy.
The energy he brings is great. That and he's not bad defensively.
No, he's a gold glove.
Yeah,
cannon.
Yeah,
he's a gold glove. Too. He has a gold glove.
Yeah,
you're not running on Puig.
No, nobody does.
Not at all.
There's like a handful of guys you don't run on. Harper, Betts,
Puig.
Yeah, you don't run on like those three at all. Like you see that ball hit to right field, you're like,
I'm gonna stop here.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up real quick.
Station to station.
Yeah. So after so I have Muncy hitting cleanup, playing first base, and Cody hitting fifth while playing center field. I feel like now is our time to move on from Jock. I love Jock Peterson. Hell of a defensive player.
He has no neck.
He doesn't have a neck. He doesn't have a neck, but he also
I think he's a good clubroom presence. He's a very positive, happy-go-lucky guy, but
I feel like then he would kind of platoon him and left with Chris Taylor.
Yeah.
And even
I think he'd be a good DH in the
he'd be a great DH, and I feel like if we were to move on from Jock Peterson, I wouldn't be mad. I'd be a little sad, but I would see it coming and be like, you know what, I can agree why you guys did it, because there's just no room for him.
I hope you guys re-sign Barnes. I like Austin Barnes.
I don't think he's a free agent. We still have him. Grandal's the only one I think.
Okay,
that left.
Yeah, I think Austin Barnes as a catcher is he's a good defensive option.
Yeah.
You're lacking a little bit of the offense, but he can still hit. I think he's a solid in terms of being that the catchers is kind of a weak market. I think he's a good addition.
Yeah, there's like 2, maybe 3 good people out there, and then it just drops off in terms of offense. Because I think the 2 catchers, in my opinion, that
not everybody could be a Gary Sanchez.
Yeah, but we see his defense and we look at that. Yeah, so then
look at the time.
The only 2 like offensively productive catchers that are on the market, Wilson Ramos, Yasmani Grandal. Yasmani obviously can't really hit for
Astros
average.
might get Ramos. That's going to be interesting if they do.
I hope he doesn't go there.
I hope he does. I'd love to see that.
I don't want to see him there. Like, obviously, I hope the Dodgers go after him, but he is coming back from an ACL injury, and being a catcher where you're sitting in a crouch, that's taxing. It's got to be.
He'll be all right.
He will be. He'll be fine, but
they got good doctors.
Yeah, Houston the best. They also have spies in there. Another topic for another time. We're not going to talk about that. Jonathan Lucroy, I feel like, would be a solid presence in our lineup. I feel like being a mentor to Barnes, like I feel like we just need something solid because Grandal obviously had his defensive woes in the postseason. And a solid bat is all I ask for. We don't need the cleanup hitting catcher because we have so much more pop with the emergence of Max Muncy. You know, Puig coming in his zone and hitting like 270, 280 with like almost 20 home runs was great. Mm-hmm. I love that. I think Puig needs to hit a little higher. I don't get why Puig hits so low in the lineup sometimes. Like, I know, like, sometimes it's like matchups and everything. I get that.
That outside slider, bro. Low and outside. He always misses it.
That, and he can't hit lefties to save his life. He's not really good at hitting lefties, which is funny because he takes Eduardo Rodriguez deep in Game 4 of the World Series. You know, Eduardo Rodriguez being a lefty. And just...
broken clock is right twice a day.
Yeah, you got it. He's going to get his. And, you know, our rotation... we have Walker Buehler starting it off. I think he's going to be our number one going. I think he starts opening day. I think so.
Yeah, it depends
barring
on
an injury,
spring training.
Yeah, depending spring training, barring any injuries, I think he is our opening day starter. You know, and then Clayton Kershaw, number 2. I think now is the time that Kershaw needs to start realizing, you know, with this extension, we gave him only 3 years, not 4 or 5. We gave him 3. I think now it's just time to say, like, okay, this... maybe I'm not the top dog anymore. Maybe he doesn't want to think that. Maybe he still thinks that, I could still pitch at a high level. Maybe. But I feel like him being at 2 is the safest bet going forward. Especially.
He can, just not in the postseason.
Yeah. And, you know, Rich Hill being our number 3 guy. Rich Hill pitched great this year, and even in the postseason. Rich Hill pitched phenomenal, and I don't agree with Dave Roberts taking him out.
Nobody does.
I don't. Analytics did it. And this is where I come to hate analytics so much. Like, I hate coaches that coach out of binder. I know mine did that. I don't agree with some of them. And sometimes I still want gut feeling coaching decisions. Like, go with your gut. Like, isn't that the beauty of baseball? Like, it's a chance game. It's a failure game. You might as well just, you know, go with what you feel is right, not with what the binder says.
Yeah.
I agree with that. And then Hyunjin Ryu, who we brought back on a club option. Loved him.
I like Ryu. His wife is smoking hot.
Came back.
She looks like an Asian porcelain doll, bro. Like, she's gorgeous.
I will look into that later.
No, I'll show you. She is.
Into that later.
She is smoking. Like, that dude's winning on all levels.
Not while we're recording, man. Hyunjin Ryu came out back from his injury this season and pitched phenomenal. Even in the postseason, he pitched great. You know, he ran into. I think his only bad start was against Boston, but everyone pitched bad against Boston. Unless you were Walker Buehler.
Yeah.
Unless you're Walker Buehler, you pitched bad against Boston because Boston could just hit the living shit out of the ball.
Yeah.
And then for my 5th guy, Alex Wood, Kenta Maeda, potential free agent, whoever we get. I feel like starting pitching isn't a weakness of ours. It's just a matter of we need everyone to stay healthy. And I feel like if Clayton Kershaw stays healthy, I hope he does because he's been piling up the injuries over the past couple seasons. We just need some relievers. I feel like Cody Allen I don't think Cody Allen goes back to Cleveland. I feel like
maybe not.
I feel like Cleveland goes back after.
I don't think Miller's going to go back to Cleveland either.
I see that more as a possibility than Cody Allen. I think just more in terms of dominance. I feel like Cody Allen hits the free agent market and he just doesn't go back to Cleveland. I like Joe Kelly. You know, take one from the Boston Red Sox and just say, hey, you know what, throw 100 and I need you to be like a 6-7 inning guy.
Yeah, he was an assassin on the mound.
He was great. That and he likes to, you know, fucking fight people too. Yeah. Who did he hit against you guys? He hit Romine, huh? Or Tyler Austin?
It was Tyler Austin.
He beat him and dubbed the Joe Kelly Fight Club in Boston.
Yeah.
And Adam Ottavino, I want to take him from Colorado as if taking their second baseman isn't enough. I want to take their best reliever from Colorado.
Yeah.
Make them weaker because it's just, it would be something just fun to see. Like,
yeah.
Because they're not going to re-sign Cargo, which actually, I just thought of right now, what if Bryce Harper goes to Colorado?
Death to Coors Field.
Oh, yeah, no, that'd be insane.
That would be.
For sure get the 50 bombs a year.
Oh my God, Coors Field sucks. Yeah, Coors Field could lick my ass, dude. Like, that field is ridiculous. And, you know, you pair him up with Trevor Story. Nolan Arenado, Charlie Blackmon, just so many. And you know what? Carlos Gonzalez stayed healthy this past season and actually hit pretty well.
Yeah.
I think he hit 289.
Yeah, I know he hit like 280 something.
Hit well. I think he had like close to 20 homers too, so that's good for him. You know, and I hope he stays healthy because he had one pretty ass swing.
Yeah.
I love his swing, but there's no way with his swing.
Nothing better than that famous bat flip he did where he's at the end of his swing rotation. He just drops the bat.
Right there, dude. Like him and Robbie Cano have the sweetest finishes. Robbie Cano, when he finishes, is beautiful too. And AJ Ramos, he was a pitcher for the Miami Marlins. I'm not sure if he got
remember
traded.
him.
Not sure if he got traded. If he did, I believe it was the Mets. No, Familia got traded from the Mets. I don't know if he got traded. I know I'm going off it, but AJ Ramos is pretty good. I wouldn't mind him being a 7, maybe an 8th inning guy because Baez pisses me off too much, dude.
He throws heat, but I think his fastball's a little
leaves
flat.
it right over the middle, dude. Same with Kenley. You know, he had a pacemaker put inside of him, dude. Like that is serious, but. Kenley's cutter sits at like 93, 94, but sometimes he leaves it a little bit flat. Oh my god. He leaves it flat and he just leaves it there sometimes and he gets hit. And I feel like Danny and Tyler and a lot of my friends said he hasn't been the same since Houston lit his ass up in the World Series last year.
Bang, bang.
Yeah, man. Marwin took him deep in game 2 and just...
That's another solid free agent. I think Marlon Gonzalez is a solid signing for any team.
Oh, yeah. But does he become an everyday starter?
Yeah, he could. He has a lot of value as a super utility, but I think he could be an everyday starter on some teams.
I wonder... I'd be actually kind of curious as to where he lands. What if he lands in Tampa? That'd be awesome. Because he could play pretty much everything, especially when you have an outfield like Kevin Kiermaier out there who could patrol center like a boss.
Yeah.
Love Kevin Kiermaier.
Calling now Bryce Harper to Tampa. And that's where my Bryce Harper destination is.
Honestly, that'd be wild.
That'd be wild. I would never see that. I would never talk about coming out of left field. I would never see that.
That better be a $400 million contract right there. That better be $400 million, but that's not like Tampa to just dish out money like mostly because their market just doesn't allow them to make that much money. I can't remember the last time.
I think the Marlins have a bigger market than they do.
It's Miami.
Yeah, Miami's. It's better than Tampa Bay. Nothing knocking on Tampa, but you guys.
Oh no, absolutely knocking on Tampa. Absolutely. Have you been to Tampa?
No.
It's boring. You're not missing out on
It is
anything.
Florida.
Yeah. Like the only part of Florida that's fun is
I'm Cuban.
Yeah. Like the only part of Florida that's cool is Miami. And that's if you got Miami money.
Yeah.
Like if you ain't got Miami money, it's just
If you're not Drake,
it's just humid.
if you ain't Drake, it's
bro, weird.
Miami's just humid, bro.
Yeah, Tampa doesn't really dish money out to people because they can't even sell out for the stars they have right now. I see them, if they were to get Harper, they don't sell out at all. Like, they still won't sign out. Like, Harper's going to be playing in front of, like, 20,000 on a Tuesday morning, and he's just going to be like, why am I fucking here?
If Bryce Harper were to go to Tampa, the entire state of Florida needs to make him their biggest icon. They have nothing.
He's going to be on their state flag.
Because they would have nothing else in any of their other sports.
No, they wouldn't.
Miami stinks.
Bro, we just seriously talked about how Tampa
stinks.
doesn't sell out. They seriously have a 21-game winner, and no one talks about them. Outside of being a baseball lover, no one knows Blake Snell.
It's because he looks like Sid from Ice Age. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, I love Blake Snell.
No,
man.
he's cool.
Like, if you're outside of baseball, no one knows who he is. Like, and
because baseball just stinks at marketing.
that everyone knows who Mike Trout is.
Not really.
Dude.
If you know baseball, you know who Mike Trout is.
Yeah.
If you have 10 people walking down the street who might catch a baseball game once a year, not of their own choosing, they probably don't even know who Mike Trout is.
That's not like a Kobe Bryant thing.
A Kobe, a Tom Brady,
or LeBron.
Well, LeBron's 6'8". You see LeBron coming a mile away.
Never seeing as hair.
But like, I mean, if you saw Tom Brady, you know it's Tom Brady. You saw Aaron Rodgers, you know it's Aaron Rodgers.
Hit him with a discount double check.
I saw Jose Altuve.
You're also at his level too.
I'm thinking Jose Altuve is just some short dude running around.
Short Mexican dude. Oh man.
I thought he was Puerto Rican.
He's Venezuelan.
Oh well, there is all types of confusion.
Got that wrong. Jesus. So yeah, the Dodgers, they do have some free agents to go after. I feel like we need to focus more on relievers, get a solid second baseman, and then maybe if we need to go after a starting pitcher. I don't see us going after anyone big, though.
I mean, with that payroll y'all got, I don't see you guys going to anybody.
We're actually getting rid of most of it, and I'm glad because I think
Who you getting rid of?
Kemp's. No. Kemp is a free agent after next season. So we'll be getting rid of that contract too. So that'll be off the books because everyone is in short-term contracts. I think JT is a free agent after next season too.
Let JT go. Should have signed Manny. Let JT
I was
go.
perfectly fine with that, dude. Like if
you weren't.
No, dude.
I talked to you about it over the summer, and you were like, "Oh no,
there's a blender incoming, folks."
Oh no,
someone cue a blender sound. We're gonna get that soon.
Yeah.
I mean, now thinking back, because this was obviously when JT was. He's been, age is creeping up with him.
He's still a solid player. I'm not knocking him at all, but
but if I were to have between him and Machado,
dude,
I'd obviously
Machado at third, Seager at short, LeMahieu at second, Muncy at first, Bellinger in center.
Puig right, and then a platoon of left fielders. We could have Kemp, we could have Taylor, we could have Taylor, we could have Jock, we could have whoever. Left field is up for grabs this offseason. In this spring training, left field will be up for grabs. Dude, we still have Andrew,
or even Seager at third, Machado at short. Either way, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. If it's just to please whoever it is, that and keep Corey limited moving, especially after having hip surgery.
Yeah, he
had arthroscopic hip surgery.
Yeah, no, he had Tommy John too, didn't he?
Tommy John too, and hip surgery. He had hip surgery like at the All-Star break.
Sweet merciful Jesus.
Yeah, that dude is like
$6 million man.
50 shades of fucked up. But I hope he comes back healthy. We're gonna need him in that lineup. We're nearing the end of it.
I was gonna say.
We're nearing the end of it. We're cutting it a little late in my garage, but thank you guys for listening so much. We'll leave our social medias in the description. Be sure to subscribe. Stay tuned for more podcasts. I don't know what else we're gonna be talking about next. We'll come up with
anything and everything.
Douchebaggery, like Tyler, Danny.
Wow, I was the first name.
Tyler,
that's racist.
Shout out to Tyler for being our special guest. Thank you for being on, man. Really appreciate it.
Any final comments?
Oh, here it comes. Just hit me with it, dude.
I got nothing.
Really?
I ain't got anything.
I guess there isn't much to say about the Dodgers.
You guys already,
there's not much to say. You've lost back-to-back World Series in heartbreaking fashion. The damage is done. You've suffered enough.
Darvish is a World Series 2017 MVP.
Houston Astros. Oh my god!
I still don't know why you guys threw a guy who saw the Astros the most out of your entire rotation.
His whole career. They played him his whole career.
I'm sitting with my hands on my face. This is just.
All right, guys.
Thank you guys so much for listening. Catch us next time. Stay tuned, guys.
In the comments, let us know what we can improve on, what you would like to see, what you'd like to see us talk about, any changes we might need to make. Be more than happy to consider anything and everything.
Yeah.
10th Inning All-Stars signing off.
Thank you, guys.